on site, and indeed, how many do you employ in the region?
Well, the Tourism Noosa team ourselves is a bit of a small team, but I'd like to think I'm very proud of my team. They punch well above their weight because we welcome over 2 million visitors a year to Noosa, about 2.2 million. And the important thing about that is that it's our main economic driver, and it puts around about $900 million into the local community, which employs ultimately over 20,000 people throughout the whole of the Noosa and Sunshine Coast region. So tourism is very important, and event tourism like the 7's is very important, and that's why we'll continue to support the Noosa 7's.
Yeah, certainly, and along with that comes the seasonal employment as well throughout the region. And of course, part of your job is to attract the tourism here. It certainly keeps the economy ticking over. I know myself, living in Port Stephens, down in the Newcastle area, certainly we appreciate the tourism that comes our way, and I'm sure they do up here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important throughout Queensland, throughout Australia, actually. But your point about seasonality is a very good one, in that that's why we do support events like the 7's, because we've just had the school holidays, which was a bumper school holidays, and we had people from throughout the country, and New Zealand supports Noosa very well. We get a lot of New Zealanders here, and UK and US, but obviously now in a bit of a not as busy period outside the school holidays, we want to support events like the Noosa 7's because it brings people here in those trough periods, which continues to keep those dollars ticking over in the local community. Everyone wins from that.
And I know for a fact my parents actually coming up here in a couple of weeks for a little bit of a trip away.
Oh, good to hear.
So definitely they're right on the Visit Noosa bandwagon.
Excellent. We love our southern cousins coming up to visit us. Certainly New South Wales and Victoria have fallen in love with Noosa, and we're getting strong numbers out of interstate visitors. And as I said, it's very important that those dollars get put into our community, and it keeps everyone in jobs.
Well, here come the Redlands side, just conceding a try before. As we go back to the action, it's been a tight game in this bowls women's final. The dummy thrown, and they go wide, looking to exploit the edges here. It's wet. I tell you what, the wet conditions certainly hasn't stopped these two sides throwing the ball around. That was a great try. What about that? We'll see the replay in a second.
A lot of determination there, very strong.
And of course, we're in Max's Bar. It's sponsored by Kennards up here, one of the great partners, providing us with the infrastructure to bring the games live across the Bar TV network, and indeed the Noosa 7's website throughout 40 or so different pubs and clubs throughout Australia as well.
Good afternoon to all those watching on Bar TV. I think it's a great platform for people to be able to see good quality any sport, but particularly rugby, and great that you'll be able to watch the Noosa 7's throughout the wide distribution of the Bar TV network.
Well, indeed, such a wide network. You might want to play some ads with us next year in our winter program. Certainly looking to expand into different comps, and the Sunshine Coast Rugby definitely one of those competitions that we'd love to cover on Bar TV Sports. I mean, I wouldn't mind a couple of winter trips up here myself.
We will talk after then. Good place to relax, Noosa.
I can see myself being an ambassador, walking along Sunshine Beach. I mean, European swimmers. There's a commercial idea for you.
Yep.
Maybe not.
We'll work on that. We'll workshop that later.
On going in behind. The inside-outside ball, unfortunately, we know she's very quick. If she gets in open space, she's scored a couple of blistering tries on this wing over the weekend. So, we're going to have the Cup semi-finals coming up next in the women's side of the draw for all our viewers at home. And coming together, are you helping out in the planning stages for the Noosa 7's, or is it something that you leave the tournament directors and staff to do themselves?
Oh, well, look,
the input.
Input's there. Yeah, no, we have an involvement. I guess obviously the Dolphins team, Donald McKill and Stewie and the guys have taken the lead there and have done a fantastic job. Tourism Noosa is there to support committees like that, and our role is to provide the sponsorship, some dollars, so they can really get out and do those hard yards. And our role is then to help market it as well, and obviously work with people like yourself, Bar TV, to make sure we get the vision out there and people are able to access seeing great rugby, but also understanding what destinations like Noosa are all about. So yeah, we'll continue to work with their committee.
Well, Redlands come out victors in the bowl final. Next up, we've got Defence 7's taking on Nation 7's. The two representative sides, the two, I guess, invitational sides. And this is the semi-final to get them into the Cup, the big one, the big dance. And there was a big dance last night here up at the beach bar.
There was.
Did you get amongst it?
Well, I'm not a dancer myself, but I think it's a great addition this year that there's a beach bar, and it really opens it up for maybe people who aren't as involved in rugby as others, but they love watching good sport. So I think it was an opportunity to let a lot of people let their hair down, have a few drinks, and have a bit of a dance. So I think they've done a great job in providing extra activities here at the tournament this weekend.
Well, the dance moves last night were as good as the dance moves out here. Some of the footwork's been amazing from all parts of the draw, and now Defence, they go forward. Frankel, she's the one to watch for this Defence side. Scored some great tries over the weekend. And this Nation side, they've put in a good performance as well. It's good having these invitational sides come together and come together for not just Noosa 7's, but all the satellite 7's tournaments that happen around the country.
Yeah, it adds another dimension, and I think, just again heightens the quality of rugby that can come to tournaments like this. So again, not only great for this tournament, but wider tournaments as well, and develops rugby in general.
As they go back towards the short side, the dummy's thrown. Oh, look at this. This is going to be a good try. She is away. All right, Frankel's chasing, but she's not going to get there. What a try to open up the scoring. Nation 7's almost with the SL. They have got the ascendancy, looking to book their place in the Cup final.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, missed the kick, so the conversion unsuccessful. I tell you what, I would not like to be a goal kicker out here today.
No.
It's a hard job at the best of times.
Be coming off the side of the boot every time.
Be lucky to bounce off the, be lucky to bounce off the turf, but I mean, as you said, having the lines here, this ground, the drainage, it's held up so well over the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's a real credit to the Dolphins. They've presented a fantastic paddock, but as you say, it's a bit slippery out there, though.
Speaking of slippery, there was a Bon Jovi cover band the other night, and my favourite song was Slippery When Wet, or my favourite album was Slippery When Wet. They nearly played it in its entirety down there at Coolum. Nothing like a good hair band
That's true.
It was something I didn't actually find on the visitnoosa.com website.
It's good that you've been out and about searching for it, though. But
Yeah, I had a good walk through the national park as well.
Yeah.
On a non-rainy day when we got up here. It's, yeah, just a lovely part of the world.
Yeah, it's a great walkout to the coastal walkout to Hell's Gate is fantastic, isn't it? The national park there. It's only about 2 or 3K out and back, so it's a great. It's a must-do when you come to Noosa.
Yeah, good defence in the middle there. It'll be a penalty though. Nations looking to expand their lead as they get inside the 22. Quick tap taken, and this will be a try. Oh, she's almost messed it up. She has. Pops it up in the end.
Got there in the end.
I think it's Leah Leofano in the 12. Scoring a good try.
Of course, the other large sporting event we got in Noosa coming up is in 3 weeks' time is the Noosa Triathlon, the largest triathlon now in the world. Last year we actually got bigger than London, which was the largest in the world, and Noosa Triathlon on the 1st to the 5th of November. It's actually over 5 days and brings a whole around 20,000 participants over those 5 days to Noosa. So just shows another example of how Noosa really does love their sport all around.
So coming up next, we've got UQ taking on Tribe 7's, and that'll be a big match as well. Two of the more fancied sides facing off in the semi-final. There's the defence. They're struggling at the moment. As we come towards half-time. Nations, they look in control. They've had all the ball, all the possession, and all the territory. 3 key ingredients if you want to come away with a victory. As they go towards the try line again, and it's going to be called back for a penalty. Tap's taken. They go back towards the short side. Now they look to spread wide, coming around the wraparound play. Inside ball now, looking for the holes. And they almost open up. Oh, that's good defence.
Strong tackle.
By the defence. Now they have to go coast to coast. They'll want to score another try. It's 10-0. And they turn the ball over again. It's batted back now. It's shifted wide, the long ball. Will it bounce up? Oh, it skids off the ground. Tough one to take. But showing their willingness to chance their arm, even though the conditions may beg to differ with that style of play. So they're telling me there hasn't been rain here for close to 3 months. Is that right?
Yes, that's spot on. But yeah, we do need the rain, but it would have been nice to hold off a few more days till after the tournament. But yeah, now all the rainwater tanks are filling up over the weekend, so that's a good thing. That is positive, and it's making the place a lot greener. But anyway, it comes back to showing the skills of these players we've got out there. They are really showing their talent to be able to deal with these conditions.
It's half time here. The whistle has been blown. Coming up next, the Tribe side taking on the UQ side. Of course, the UQ side having a massive couple of weeks in that Aon 7's tournament put on by the ARU, the University Challenge. And we'll get back to the action in just a minute. So the ball kicked deep, looking for open space. They find it. Defence, they're up against it. They came here with all intentions to make this final of the Cup. They may find themselves falling short as Nations again looking to attack the line. And it's an inside ball. And that's been called forward. In any case, what's your favourite spot? What's your favourite thing to do in Noosa?
Oh, look, it's that's a hard call because there's a lot of things, probably 100. But I think if you had to bring it down to one or two, it is hard to beat Noosa Main Beach. I think one of the few north-facing beaches in eastern Queensland, and it is just world class. And I think you can go down there any day and have a swim, and it's always protected. It's a beautiful place, and then you got the backdrop of the national park, as you mentioned before. Walking out there is pretty fantastic. You're always going to see some nature, whether it's koalas, whether it's dolphins or turtles, and I think Noosa, apart from the beautiful nature, and we've had it for a long time, what's important is we also have world-class restaurants and accommodation. And so I think sitting at any one of those restaurants along Main Beach, it's nice to do and have breakfast there, and after you've been for a swim or a run on the beach. And of course there's the river as well. I think sometimes people forget we got a beautiful river, and Noosaville itself has some great quality offerings, whether it be accommodation or restaurants.
As we look here, it could be a try. Sorry to cut you off. And there they go. The Nations go in over again. Yes. So really hammering it home now as it goes to 15 points to 0. And they're up. So this will get them through to the final. And you'd have to think there's still a bit of time to go. And we know defence can score a try from anywhere on the park. But it's not an insurmountable lead. It's going to be a very tough task. Of course, live through to about 6:30 here tonight on Bar TV Sports. The Noosa 7's. A massive day. A massive festival of rugby. And it's a festival atmosphere, isn't it? Here they've done a cracking job of providing entertainment, providing things for everybody to do. Right from watching the rugby to the food trucks to the different bars around the field. Yeah. Certainly catering for everybody.
Absolutely. I think the buzz around the park is fantastic. It has been all weekend, and people have really got into the atmosphere as well.
So here they come again. Inside ball. Oh, picked up and driven. That's a good hit on the 22. Now it comes out. This is red hot inside. Oh, stepping off the left.
Very nice step.
Just straightening the play. She drifted across field. Saw the opportunity. Knew she had the acceleration. There's some heavy legs out there. There's some tired legs out there. And I tell you what, this Nations side, they've come, they've delivered, and they've got themselves through to the final. And they'll find out very shortly who they're going to take on next, with the Tribes 7's taking on the UQ side, two of the sides who came into this as fancied favourites. They'll face off in the semis. It's the luck of the draw sometimes, but it should be a cracking match. And it's good to see one of these invitational sides getting through to the finals. And now we'll go back for another scrum. We've seen quite a few, more than we usually do here.
Yeah, well, I guess the weather's probably got a bit to do with that.
Well, it's gone away just as you said that.
Well, I think it's clearing actually for the afternoon.
Of course it is. I spoke to Mother Nature in my break just before and put in a request for you.
Thanks for that. There we go.
Yeah, the dummy on the outside. Can she use it? Oh, she won't need to. Look at this.
The gate.
Over for the try in the corner now. It's become a cakewalk for the nation's 7's. They will see themselves in the big grand final here later on tonight. Played at 5:40. Of course, the finals, they play 10-minute halves. As we see the replay there, yeah, just the acceleration and the heavy legs in defence. They've been forced to do so much defending, the defence force side. And it's just catching up with them now. The weight of possession this nation's side has had. They've played a very smart final here. Just holding the ball, not pushing too many passes and really letting it go when it's been on.
Very smart rugby.
So it pops up. Frankel is scooting away. We know she's quick. She's scored many a try over the weekend this way. And she'll go almost length of the field for a try.
Very strong run.
Maybe too little too late. 25-5 now the score. And the hooter sounds, so that will be it as we come up for the next match. It'll be UQ taking on Tribes, which, as we said, could almost be a final in itself, but it won't be. It'll be the semi-final.
Well, I might wrap it up myself here and go watch that cracking game from the Dolphins clubhouse and have a beer myself.
Sounds good. Go and get dry for me, mate. It's been a pleasure having you here, and love all your work, love everything Noosa Tourism's doing, or Tourism Noosa. It's been great working with you guys throughout the tournament. We'll catch you next time, and hopefully we'll be back next year, all throughout the year.
Look forward to seeing you back, and look forward to welcoming everyone to Noosa sometime. Thanks very much, and goodbye.
All right, thank you, Michael. We'll catch you next time. So this match coming up next, UQ Rugby. They had such a brilliant year in the Aon 7's. And now Tribe 7's playing in the black jerseys. And of course, the familiarity of that UQ setup, synonymous with club rugby in Brisbane. Blue and maroon. So that one out on the full, not the start they wanted, not the start they needed. So immediately the Tribe side, so quick to hit back and consolidate points. So good on the counter-attack. Another Tribe 7's. Quick tap is taken. It's Hanaway. Hanaway takes them forward. The big looping pass there to Malloy. Malloy, she's hard to put down and she runs straight. Almost straight through this defence, holding onto the ball. So it'll be a UQ penalty. They get the turnover. Now they look to go wide. Fowler passing the ball and it goes to ground, so a knock on. And we'll see the first scrum here of the match. As we bring you all the vision on Bar TV Sports, courtesy of Core Crew, supporting all our Summer 7's tournaments. Little tap on the shoulder. So Tribes now looking with the runaround play. Oh, the ball spills out Ellie Field, we know. She's an out-and-out athlete. She's a sprinter. And she looked like she was looking for some space out wide there, but the ball spills out. Now the Tribe side, they get low, so expect some pressure on the UQ scrum. Equally matched now. UQ have the ball, looking to go wide. Lily Dick straightens it up. Australian representative. Support on the outside, and just can't get away with it. Scoop. She's taken down, she stays in. Dick comes back, she won't come up with it. And now Nakajima on the far side. Tries to create some space for her outside player. So now Tribes have it. The palm comes out. The palm to the face. Emily Bass. Also experienced that Aon 7's series this year. Taps taken. Now looking to go wide. Hanaway has it. Hanaway attacks the line. Can't get an arm free. Taken around the ankles. As the counter-up comes, it's kicked forward, towed forward. As Dick comes down on the ball. And that'll be a penalty, not releasing. Dick with the long ball. Goulding, the inside ball. Here they come, UQ. The fend comes out. This will be a try to Fowler Willett. She gets there in the end. Fowler. Nice work there by Fowler, opening the scoring for UQ. It was neck and neck for a while there. But they come up with the first points, UQ. And indeed, impressive in their counter-attack midfield. This one kicked and off the side of the boot for Fowler, the try scorer. His legs heavily strapped. So now it'll be Fowler to take the restart, calling her players back. Terry Ann Egan leading the charge with Dick, and now the Tribe side looking to play off the line. Malloy taken midfield in a heavy hit. Here's Hanaway, inside ball, no look. Good defence, front on, almost. But to no avail, taking it down as Hanaway gets in. Now the long ball, here's Malloy. Malloy knows one way, and that is straight, fast, and through the line. She's taken from behind. Ellie Field with the ball. Hanaway, ball in two hands again. Garcia, Spanish representative. Through the legs as Hanaway feeds Field. She's so quick. Nice defence there by Fowler. Read the play well. Knew she was coming across. A minute remaining. 5-0 the score. As we see an injury come from the field, it's Grace Kaihau for the UQ side. So Hanaway with the feed. Fields outside her. Now they go across field. popping across the top. Wardle, she's taken. Emily Bass has the ball. She's dangerous whenever she gets it. It goes back to Ellie Field. Now here's Hanaway. Hanaway, the link player. Gets it to Malloy. The siren goes. Oh, nice palm. Partu. Partu scores the equaliser. Nicely done. Partu out on the wing by herself, one-on-one. She's hard to put down. And the big palm there, look at that. So that'll be half time. We're going to take a quick break and come back with everything up next. Back to the action now. The Tribe Sevens come back towards the end of that half with a try to put them in front as it was converted. So 7-5. Both sides, everything to play for to get them through to the final. Oh, look at the pace shown on the far flank. It's Scroop. Zippy little winger. There'll be another scrum out there. You can see both sides. You can see that Tribe side really getting down low, wanting to consolidate the ball. As Hanaway feeds, gets a good ball in the end. Now they go wide. And here she is, Ellie Field. She's quick. So is Wardle. So back to scrum time. We'll see a couple of replacements by UQ. With Nakajima coming from the field. You can see there the shape. There's the ball now popping up. UQ Dick coming through the middle. Quick one taken. So Tribe's intent surely is known. Don't call me Shirley. As Hanaway, the ball goes in front of her. That'll be a knock on though, as the UQ player got the hand to it. So that ball Spits out. They can't come up the tribe. UQ force a turnover. Dix to the right. They go to the left. Oh, unable to hold the ball. Vasuka. She scrambles and gets it in the end, but yep, holding on to the ball. Now, looking for the long ball. Not finding it as Bass. She'll be taken to ground. Turning the ball over. Nice work of the breakdown by Emily Dick. We had a chat to her earlier on. Excited about the season proper coming up. So UQ, they need something here. Penalty. And penalty taken quickly. Garcia. Now to Hanaway. Inside ball to Field, and Field throwing it away almost. It'll be a knock on. So looking both sides for the next try. It's a tight match. We saw previously the nation side, they ran away with it against the defence 7's. This match a lot tighter. Ball pressured there. Fowler doing some good work holding the ball up. Getting a side on the front foot this time. It's Raymond taking them forward. And now it opens up. UQ. Can they get there? I don't think so. And they're taken down. Terry Ann Egan. And she's got penalised against as well. She was isolated. Oh, she's thrown the ball away. And so that is a big loss there as Vasuka. Bass lined to the left. Hanaway's going to go that way. Gets it to Bass. Bass trying to get through herself. Had Rutherford on the outside. Hanaway. Hanaway shows, accelerates. Can't get through. Bass calling for it. Garcia pops it up. Bass loses it. So now UQ, they've got numbers out, but they just can't get it out there. Now they can. Let's see. Look at the afterburners. Goulding, she's brought down. 5 metres out from halfway. So again, changing possession with the penalty, holding on, not releasing. So Tribe 7's. They've got the advantage. There's a few minutes to go. They'll take the tap through Garcia. Hanaway standing wide. Now Bass. She goes to Rutherford. Rutherford, look at it go. Rutherford strides out, and Rutherford will score a try. Nicely done. It was weighed up, it was summed up, and in the end, it was executed with aplomb. So Hanaway. She comes back. 13:20 on the clock. We look here. Bass with a long, long ball, finding the mark. And Rutherford. She's a sprinter herself. As we see the umbrellas littering the sideline here. So Hanaway, she'll have the restart. The final siren goes. We'll get this out of the way. UQ, they need to convert a try to draw level. Can they do it? They've got all the experience. They go wide, the long ball, straightening up. Penalty. Fowler draws it. Leely's on the field as well. So putting the kick over the top. Oh, almost coming up with it. Dick inside. Almost got the bounce. Scrappy on the ground. Knock on, and that will be full time. So the final score there, UQ 7-5, Tribes 12. Tribes will go through to the cup final, and they'll take on the nation's side, and it should be a pretty good fixture come 5:40 tonight as we look forward to it. We're going to take a quick break and come back with all the action right now. So we're switching streams. If you want to change over right now, we'll be going to our afternoon session for all your action here at Noosa 7's. So half-time here in the girls under 18s final. Back to you live on Bar TV Sports. We're brought to you by Core Crew as our major broadcast partner. Special shout out to Cam Knight for getting on board for all our 7's across the network. We have got coming up, including Central Coast and Western Sydney in the coming weeks. And I tell you what, Max's bar is going off at the moment. The old boys here for the Dolphins, they're getting rowdy and they're getting ready for what's going to be a big afternoon session as we go now with the Gold Coast side. They're behind on the scoreboard. But they're going to be kicking off now, looking to get the win, get the victory. It's kicked forward, goes through the leg, knocked back, says the referee. So now they'll drive forward. It's the plate final in the girls under 18s division. First time here today on the main field, and they're putting on a spectacle. Ball coming out. Great display of pace. In, away, Palm can't go down the train tracks there, but they'll set it up. Good composure shown by these young under 18s. The old boys here looking after us, and as is the ladies out there, the young under 18s women. This is the Matai Sports under 18s girls division. We've got the Gold Coast taking on a GPS in this matchup. We're into the second half. It's Gold Coast taking on GPS, with GPS well in front. And, oh, they go over again. Nice try on this occasion. It was Rodginson, I believe, scoring that one. Oh, nice kick. Oh, hits the post and goes inside. And that's the first time today. So as we see this game ticking forward, we've got some big events coming up in the day. For the afternoon, we've got the bowl final, the plate final in both the men's elite, and then the grand finals for the under 18 boys, the cup final for the women's played at 5:40, and coming up the big one at 6 o'clock or thereabouts. The big cup final in the men's elite. And that will be between Tribe 7's and Brisbane, Fiji. So plenty to play for out here. The final. They played predominantly on the backfield, these under-18s. Now they're on the show court. As that ball pops over the head. So great work done by all the academy sides here today in the youth tournament. Of course, proudly put on by Matai Sports, experts in sports clothing. Ball comes out and the dummy's thrown. So this match faring well at 17-0 in favour of the Stingrays. So now the ball comes out. The wrap around, the run around play, no look pass. It was a good one. As now they step inside off the left. Look at this for sheer pace and sheer skill. Going backwards to go forwards, going side to side from one side of the field to the other. Nice try. Great individual solo effort. We've seen so many over the weekend, but that could be one of the highlights, one of the moments, one of the magic times here at Noosa 7's. So now, the restart, not the best. Finding, on the far side, one of the officials falling over. Finding himself with a bit of mud as the kick was taken. So now tapping the ball. Gold Coast looking to score some points in this final, and they're not going to do it that way. Oh, the big hit coming over the top. That is ruthless, and they've been ruthless all game as the pop pass comes and can't be contained. And that'll be full time. So winners are grinners. We'll go again now to the under-18s Cup final coming up. We see the two sides come to the field for the final. So Tribe 7's, they'll be kicking off. Playing against the Barbarian side. Oh, nicely taken. A little short side play. Oh, she's going to break away. This could be close. She's very fast. She's looking around. Pin the ears back. Oh, she should have pinned the ears back. She would have had them beaten for pace. But instead, the Tribe 7's in some very good covering defense wrap the ball up against the Stingrays Barbarians. And again, the rain coming down. The only place safe is the clubhouse or the beach bar here at Noosa at the moment. Now kick forward. Here's Miguel. We've seen her in the opens, ladies, and here she comes, playing back in her own age group now. Oh, she won't win the foot race. Oh, she might get there, trying to get around, and oh, what? Holding back penalty, almost could have been a penalty try. Miguel, and she goes under, she goes low, and she'll score. Tribe 7's on the scoreboard. Miguel, she's been playing all day, not just for the 18s, but indeed for the open side that will go through to the final. Made a good account of herself coming off the bench. For the ladies' side, so conversion not there. But they get some points on the board. 5-0 the score. This is the final of the Cup for the 18s. Girls, proudly brought to you by Mad Eye Sports. The quick one thrown in. The kick ahead. It's a good one. She's going to back herself for pace, but Schultens gets back in cover, as do the rest of the Tribe 7 side. And that'll be penalty for not releasing. As now, you can hear the crowd around up in that clubhouse and around the grounds. Stepping through the line. We're live here at Noosa 7's. The short side play is on. And a knock on will be called. So, scrum, it's set and it's pressured. Miguel, as we said, she is dominant. She's been dominant for the ladies' side as well, doubling up. Oh, look, the gap opens up. Don't know if she's going to have the pace, but she's brought down from behind. And now there's a good chance to counterattack. Step off the left. There's space if she can get her away. She might not need to as she goes up the field. Schultens trying to dive on it, but it's won by the Stingrays. And now the ball being advanced. It's centre field. They're over the ball. Should be a penalty. It's an advantage to the Tribe 7's. Yes, it'll be a penalty. So, Tribe 7's. They're ahead on the scoreboard. A minute and a half remaining in the first half. It's the GF, the Cup final. As Miguel goes wide. So strong. Schultens. Now Mackay, taken from behind. Schultens needs to be quick. It is quick. Has she got the pace? Oh, no, she hasn't, but she got the step. Mulling gets away. What a step. Mulling with the double step, the two-step, and under the sticks. Nice try. So, Tribe 7's showing their exuberance. It's been a big couple of days. On the 18th side of the draw, and the left foot kick, it goes over. Taylor Burke leads them into half-time. We're going to take a quick break and come back with all the second half action of this cup final.
You know, Kennard's High started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
It's the capital of wandering between beaches. Baristas, biospheres, bathing, biking, bikinis, boats, birds, bars, boots, boutiques, and bags. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
As we come back to the action, you can see Max's Bar, the old boys, getting amongst it. I tell you what, they've given us a good day here in the Kennards commentary box. And they are live on Bar TV Sports, loving it up here in Max's Bar. They've provided some good hospitality. I tell you what, by the end of the day, I'll be sponsored by Grey Goose, because they've been feeding it down my throat just to try and keep us warm. Apparently it's made with French wheat. Well, it's made me warm. It's warmed my heart up, and they've got good hearts up here in Noosa. Don't worry about that. So it's Tribe 7's in front in this 18s finals. We will look at all our partners, Manai Sports, Value Pools, and ATF Fencing. Stabbed. Little kickoff there as King Smith takes it in. So Tribe 7's in front in the final. Palmed off Schulten. Schulten can't get away. And now Magelli. The long ball out wide. Hanaway in the 2 jersey. She also has been playing in the seniors side, and Magelli streaking away, gets the palm out, but she's wrangled at about 30 out. Taylor Burke giving the ball inside. Hanaway calling for it, dropping the ball. That's uncharacteristic of Hanaway. She has been dominant all day in both the 18s and indeed the senior squad. Charmaine Taylor also doubling up in the Tribe 7's squad as we get a break from the weather as well, which has been a rarity here today on the Sunday. You're probably sick of me talking about it, but now as they try and get some points back on the board. It's been all Tribe 7's the last 10 or so minutes. And coming up next is the under-18s. Men's side of the draw. What a pop pass. Here come the Tribe 7's. And that is going to be a try. It's been emphatic. Back to the action now. The kick ahead, Toad forward. Hanaway's back there. And Hanaway putting the jink on, the pirouettes. To'o stripped of the ball. Double knock on. So Tribe 7's, they're in front here in the final. Now, as they go wide, trying to get some points back. This could be it. As now, dancing on the far side, striding away, but brought down in some great cover of defense again. The dummy's thrown, it's shown, it's gone. Here's trouble now for Tribe 7's. Going for the sideline, going for the corner. Yes, it's a try. So back in this match. The Barbarian side. As we look at the replay here, we see the cover defense was coming across Hanaway, just couldn't get there, and in the end she dove. And it's a great day for diving here. (12-5) the scoreline. In his girls under 18s grand final, playing for the cup, playing for everything. So now the ball goes wide. And now Tribe's looking to hit back straight away through Mulling on the wing. Mulling now passing infield, it comes off the chest. And that'll be a penalty. Offside, quick tap taken. Is this the comeback? Is this what they need? There, a converted try in front. Oh, the ball evades everybody. So knock on will be called back. As we see now the replay, the long ball is thrown. It was a good one. Had every right to catch it, but it bounces out, spills out. As we go. Back to the action again, Hanaway with the feed. They want to play it down the other end of the field. There's a minute and a half remaining. Oh, the ball loose on the ground. It's advantage played. It'll be another Tribe 7's feed here. But everybody hearts in mouth at the moment. As this match, this under-18s women's side of the draw culminates in one last passage of play. Ball spits out. Oh, they're forced to dive on it on their own line. Hanaway with a kick out, and that will be game over. So Tribe 7's, they win the 18s girls, and they look like winning a few more here today with some emphatic performances, and it's a testament to all their programs. As now we go to the under-18s Cup semi-final between the Fiji boys, the Young Guns, taking on the Gold Coast Rugby Academy. So Fiji with the kickoff. The Gold Coast Rugby Academy. Fiji with a quick one with the restart. And it's Boya. He'll score. Nice try. He put on some dazzling footwork earlier on in the day. And he hasn't disappointed with his first touch. With a try in the first 20 seconds or thereabout. So the restart will come as Fiji assert their dominance early on. They looked very good in the earlier lead-up matches. The dummy's thrown. Oh, the space opens up. So the kick for touch. Oh, it's a good one. It's not out, though. Almost getting them within the 22. As again, the heavens open up. So, Brisbane, Fiji. The young guns, they call them. Against the Gold Coast Academy, playing in the pink, flashy jerseys, synonymous with the Gold Coast. Short side play, oh, just a little knock on there. Thought it may have been called backwards, but right decision in the end. So, line spread wide. Fiji, as they've done all day. Brisbane, Fiji, quite content to play off their own line. As we see now, Gold Coast with the feed to the scrum. Playing a very flat attacking line. And again, that short side, if the ball pops out, it was on, but no, they're going to go wide. Nice step off the left. Evading a couple of players. Oh, look at that. Nice right foot step again. Left foot step. And now, as the rain comes down again, these sides, I can guarantee you, not scared to throw caution to the wind. Here comes the Gold Coast looking to square up the leisure. Oh, they're close. And they go out. So almost behind the line. Yeah, knock on is called. So it's going to come out 5 metres for a scrum. It'll be a Gold Coast feed as they bring on a couple of changes strategically in the first half. And they're spread wide to the right. The danger man is Jack Giles in the number 9 jersey, and he's getting the ball right now. He'll pass it on. As Dougal comes back, looking for support, finds support. This could be a try! Thornburg. There might be a card here. Thornburg may have put his foot into touch. Now he's going to call a try. So Thornburg opening up the scoring. So that one unsuccessful. The Gold Coast, they level it up 5 apiece. So Cup semi-final. Number 1 here, sorry. With number 2 coming up. And Harry King with the restart, and it is one of the worst ones we've seen over the weekend. So now comes infield. Can the Fijian side, the much vaunted Brisbane Fiji side, can they come back, hit back with a minute to go? The tap is taken. And here they come, turning back towards the right. Second man play, finding Henry. Henry kicking in behind. Bowyer. He is electric, but it evades him. Somehow Fiji have the ball, not rolling away. This is where they're dangerous on the counter. If they get it out wide, this will be a try. Tekiri will score a try. And I dare anyone to stop the big number 14 from that far out. Tekiri. I tell you what, there's some old boys here up in the Kennards commentary box. I dare say, back in the day they might have, but these days they just make them so big. They've broken all the moulds, and that's a good kick coming around. But it's 10-0, and that'll be half-time, and Brisbane Fiji go into the second half leaders. It's not comprehensive, but they do have the slight advantage. We're going to take a quick break, come back with all the second half action shortly.
You know, Kennards High started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
So coming back for the second half action, it is Brisbane Fiji ahead against the Gold Coast Academy. In this under-18s fixture, the Brisbane Fijians coming together as an invitational representative squad. The siren blows. Time is on. So it's a nice high kickoff. Oh, look at the skills there. As Chapman unloads, and here he is. Calling the players around. Tackled to the ground was Dougal. Now they go wide. The kick over to the far side. Nonna is chasing. It may go over into touch as he tries to bat it back to no avail. The quick one taken. So Brisbane Fiji now countering the early dominance shown by the Gold Coast Academy. Oh, look at that. I can't get a ball away though. Law scored a couple of great tries down the wing earlier on the day. Bowyer, he now leads the tournament in try scoring for this Brisbane Fijian side. I thought he may have tried to take the quick tap. Wata going through the middle, trying to straighten things up for Brisbane Fiji. They're ahead on the scoreboard. As they come out wide, oh, Bowie was calling for the kick on the outside, but they pop the ball. And now they go back towards the left. Nice palm, nice around the corner. This is going to be close. Kicking ahead for himself. Oh! Great individual effort for the Brisbane Fiji side. Basikanago scores a nice little try and sets them on the way to the big grand final coming up shortly. So Brisbane Fiji come back for the restart. It'll be Vuata who set up that left side play before with a kick. Goes deep. Here come the Gold Coast. Oh, nice feet again. Jack Giles. The Gold Coast Academy looking to hit back. McNamee dummies, straightens, and he's driven back by some good defence in the way of Brisbane Fiji. Now there's an overlap. Oh, he should have passed it. Instead, he got picked up and dumped. Thornburg, the try scorer. Now that's a good little swerving run. Max Dougal, he's been good. Oh, nice kick under pressure. Jim Chapman gets it away. Oh, bounces up and bounces up nicely for Nonna. Gets it away for Giles and Nonna comes back up with it. Spins away. Nonna, he's quick. Throws it on the inside and now they come up with the Fijian side. Throwing the ball on the inside, kicking forward for himself, the try scorer, Nasanaganu. And that one knocked on. Nasi, he's affectionately known as again, the heavens open up, making it that little bit more difficult for these sides to come through and get through to the final of the Cup. And they're all playing for it. Giles getting the ball wide. Nonna was on the outside, but they go the other way. Tries for the intercept. Can't get it. It's Chapman looking for the ball, but it's going to be called back for the knock-on. So as they come back on to the field, we'll see a couple of replacements. And Chapman stands, he's looking for something, can't find it. Coming around, stepping. Playing off their own line, and here he goes, Jack Giles. Can he light it up? He's got support on the outside. Look at the footwork. He's brilliant one-on-one, but he's going to be taken down on the 40. Managed to get away. It's kicked for Nonna. Nonna is racing for the ball. It's going to be Nonna over for a try. Great vision, great foresight, and that's a well-deserved try. They played off their own line and get the spoils through a big Nonna. So conversion unsuccessful. The score 10-15. Gold Coast, they're still in this. They can still come away with a victory. Oh, that one kicked across and picked up in any case by the Fijians. Now, as they go wide, spin it wide, here's Bowyer. Bowyer trying to step away. He's caught and he's lost the ball forward. So, the siren goes and it opens up and the ball's knocked out. Fiji have the chance through Bowyer. We know he's quick. Can he get away? He scoots away. He skips away. He's running down the train tracks and he's going to score and seal the win. Bowyer. What a talent he is. As we look at the replay here, it was almost Gold Coast in and then summed up nicely. And what do you do in that situation? Give it to the quick man on the wing, and he's done it all day, and he scores a very good try for Brisbane, Fiji. So coming up next is West Tribe taking on Matthew Flinders in the under-18 boys. This will see the winner take on Brisbane, Fiji in the big cup final coming on later tonight. There's been a couple of scheduling changes with a couple of teams through injury or thereabouts having to pull out. But this match, West Tribe, they won the 18s girls. Can they come through and win the under-18s boys? So, it'll be Matthew Flinders to kick off. West Tribes receiving. And it's going to be an exciting match. Matthew Flinders playing a different style to the West Tribe side, who, by all accounts, that is a terrible kickoff to start this semi-final. So it's going to be a free kick in the middle. West Tribes immediately looking to spread wide. Oh, they might not need to. This is going to be a try. Turfanua. Turfanua will score a try, opening up. The gap opened up and he put his ears back on the halfway line. Such was the vigour towards the try line. And they open up the scoring, with West Tribes 5, kick to come. And it's not a tough assignment, but given the conditions, Cooper White's side has probably had easier throughout the tournament. So that one hit, struck nicely. Goes over, 7-0. West Tribe. So now, as the day draws closer to the end, these two teams draw closer to a cup final. And that one's a deep kick. Going in goals. So it's going to be brought to the 22, and they take the quick one. So Whiteside, he was back there to carry his own kick to Fowler. Winds up, gets a ball on the outside, juggles it inside. This will be another try. That time, Lefipo skips away and scores again. So this West Tribe side, they certainly look like the ones to beat at this stage of the tournament. So that one successful again. So 14-0 the scoreline. As Whiteside comes back for the restart. And that one goes into touch this time. It'll be a line out. And Matthew Flinders are really up against it. As again, the rain gets horizontal on us. And the old boys, as they get the blankets out and get their parkas on, they can't warm themselves up with any more Grey Goose. And admittedly, as cold and wet as it is out there, it's still heating up. Big thanks for Don McKill for being our runner here this afternoon. He's been very good. Don, how is it out there?
I mean, and this pitch is held up. I don't know what's going on. My goodness. How the boys keep on playing, it's just unbelievable.
It's a great testament to the spectacle that is the Noosa 7's. And now, as they try and shift the ball wide, trying to find some space, this Matthew Flinders side. The West Tribe side so well drilled. As you can join us if you want. It won't make you go back out in the rain, Don.
No, I'll just let that shower go off before I run across the other side. But
We've done a great job all tournament. And now it opens up. Matthew Flinders looking for some space.
penalty there, Tribe offside coming in from the side entry.
So coming into half-time, they need some points. They need to get back into this match. The Matthew Flinders side, it'll be a penalty.
They're going to have to watch. They're going to go down to 6 if they don't watch out. Try.
Oh, the nice step, and that'll be a try. Stepping away.
Didn't quite get his
Yeah,
number.
can't quite see the number due to the driving rain. Wow.
This is something else, isn't it?
I don't know what you'd call it.
Cyclonic, that's what you call it.
It's either the wet season has decided to shift down south, and that kick is successful.
Yeah, the kick's successful, and Flinders might be in for causing an upset here. Well,
So 14-7, Tribe, they're up by a try. But let's not count anything out here. And it's going to be a restart, kicked along the ground. Knock on by the West Tribes. Oh, it's been missed by all the officials. And the flick pass coming into half-time. They're over halfway. And the ball's going to come out now. Taufeinu looking for support on the outside. Can't find it. Loses the ball. It's flicked. And it's going to be called back for a knock-on.
Yeah, double knock-on there. First one by Tribe, and so that's going to use up a wee bit of time for Flinders to try and get to the break. Not long left in this half. There you go.
Well, there we go. There's the half-time siren. We will get one more scrum. It's West Tribe 14, Flinders 7. As the ball's fed, they have one more shot to equal it up before half-time. Here they come. They need to go coast to coast. We've seen some terrific matches in some horrendous conditions here today, and this is no exception. Now there's space. Went the wrong way, the support player. Needed to go outside, and Oliver Lehman, he's brought down and kicked out in the end by Whiteside. That'll be half time. Tell me, what's the buzz around the ground, Don?
Yeah, it's remarkably under the conditions. The crowd are staying. The clubhouse is packed up there. The
beach bar's still
going
going
off.
off.
Bar's still going off. Yeah, this is amazing that people are staying on to watch this. We are. I know we have got another change in the next tie. They're playing the under-18 boys plate final. In the next tie after this one. They brought that forward due to the conditions. That's quite a good call, I think. That is going to be contested between Jeeps and Norths.
Yeah, so Jeeps and Norths looking to take the plate home.
Yeah, well, wasn't that a credit just to everybody that they've stuck into?
It's
today?
unbelievable. There's been
Well,
some unbelievable rugby played, Don.
And there has, yeah. Despite the conditions.
I mean, the feedback from the viewers on Bar TV Sports been nothing short of complimentary.
That's good. I mean, the players deserve all the credits, but so do the officials, referees.
The volunteers.
Oh, yeah, the volunteers. What a job they've done.
Well, you've been here since 5:30 this morning, Don.
Yep, 5:30.
I bet you can't wait until you
That
crack
beach
yourself
party.
a 4X gold. The beach party's calling you, mate.
Yeah, I think so. I think I might take the morning off.
So Tribe, you can see them out in the centre, in the huddle. They want this. It'll be Whiteside with the restart, kicking some water away out there. And as we've seen the puddles fill up here today, but they seem to get soaked away once the rain stops.
Yeah, the drainage on this ground is unbelievable. The sand just soaks it up.
So the kick forward, spiralling, restart. It's a tricky one to take at the back there. So looking to spread the ball wide is Flinders, and it opens up for them. May not have the pace. Coming in behind, the ankle tap's missed. Malloy.
Yeah,
We saw him score a great length of the field try earlier in the day, but that'll be a penalty, yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't have the support there, Don.
No, didn't have the support. That was a good call by the referee. It was the correct call.
Oh, the banana kick over the sideline. That's class.
That's
right
good
there.
meters he's taken off there.
That is class
That's going to give
right
him
there.
Good field position, great tacking position, just on the 10-meter line in the Flinders half.
So 14-7, the scoreline remains. Whiteside with the underarm throw, making sure of it. So now Tribe looking to go wide to Fowler. He's held up in a strong tackle. Nicely done there, John Gelling. Big man on big man. In the end, yep, it's well deserved. Good defensive work there, John.
Good defensive work, yeah. They managed to turn that over.
As we look forward to the ensuing matches here. As we've got the plate final coming up next. In the under-18s boys, these guys will go through to the big grand final. Now, looking to attack. And that's a nice run there, Gelling. He's been good since he's been on. He offloads. And he's there to back up, but doesn't quite get the ball from feint. And that's a penalty, not rolling away.
Did well there, John Gelling. He was a Noosa Dolphin boy as well, originally, playing for the school now. So good to see him out there taking charge.
Oh, look at that flick pass, Don. And he's going to go all the way. Fleming.
Yeah, between the sticks.
Nice work under the sticks, and that will square things up.
Absolutely. Now we've got a game on now, haven't we?
He's got to get the kick. But you can imagine in front, no pressure And Gelling will be the man to take it, the boy from Noosa, the former Dolphin. And he converts like he's been practicing them here all his lifetime.
Well, he should be familiar with the paddock, eh?
And you see out there in the middle, just washing away a bit of sand, bit of slop maybe.
Yeah. Just starting to show a bit of wear and tear, but why wouldn't the ground do that after 3 days of continuous football? My goodness.
Continuous rain, probably 300 mils. It goes over the top of White's side, and they're forced to bring it back, and they choose to kick and turn around, try and force a mistake.
That's good.
From
That's
a very
good
well,
football.
yeah, from a very well disciplined side though. Malloy turns and chases, and he was there to consolidate. It's hard to force a mistake for a team like Matthew Flinders because they're so well disciplined in the way they go about things.
Yeah, really well drilled. So they are. These boys are doing well under the conditions. I just think the standard of football today has been unbelievable.
Oh, it has.
Oh,
that one.
Not going to get away with that one.
That one definitely isn't straight.
So they're going to take the scrum. Tribe are going to take the scrum. They've got a good attacking position now. How long have we got to go?
So 11:48 into the game.
Yeah,
Still a few minutes, so
minutes.
the game.
Yeah.
It's there to be won, Don.
Yeah, I think Tribe are looking to close this out with this play, I have to say.
Oh, nice scrum. Flinders come through on it. Tribe, they were backing themselves. Now, oh, the ball's spilt. Lefipo.
Yeah, they'll need to come back to the scrum.
Normally so safe. Normally exciting every time he gets the ball, but he was in front of himself there.
Yeah, he just took his eyes off the ball. He had looked up from where the ball was coming from, and consequently, a ball like that just goes to the floor.
Because now, Flinders, they have the chance. And I bet you it's the man with the ball, Malloy. Favoured. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. So Malloy with a quick tap. Malloy goes up the field. Malloy's very quick. Is he going to get away from Whiteside? I think he is. I don't think he is. He is. Malloy.
Well done. What a turnover in that scrum. And they almost turned it over, but they just managed to get it away. And there you go. Dot down slides in under the sticks.
Yes, and now Flinders with the advantage at the start of the game. No one would have thought. Kick to come under the sticks. And it's Gelling again. The local boy stabs it and stabs it through.
Takes them out to a 7-point lead.
So jogging back.
Should even Tribe come back into this, score out wide. They've still got to make the conversion.
10 seconds to play. It's kicked along the ground. It's going to be a tough one to pick up, but they do well. And again, it's just evading everybody. And the siren goes. It'll be one more play. There's a penalty. Oh, bring it back on the mark. You don't see that too often in sevens. I thought he could have got away with that one. Chip and chase. Oh, what's he thinking? And the race is on. It's kicked dead, and Flinders go through to the cup final in the 18th division. West Tribes, they can't believe it. They came in as favourites, but I guess the discipline and tenacity of this Flinders side got them through.
Absolutely, and look at how pleased they are. They're celebrating big style. You think they've won the competition, but there you go. That's what it means to them. Well done, Matthew Flinders.
Yeah, thanks very much, Tom. I'll let you get back to all your duties. It's been a pleasure talking to you all day. So this will be the grand final of the Mad Eye Sports Plate. We've got North Brisbane Rugby Club taking on GPS, two heavyweights of the Brisbane club rugby scene. Bring it to you live here for Noosa 7's, of course. Get involved with the partners. Visit noosa.com.au, IGA Marketplace. Remember, not just in Noosa, but frequent your IGA wherever you go. Independent grocers is where it's at. Mad Eye Sports, and indeed Kennard's Hire. Kennard's certainly does make your job easy. It's been doing it here all day for us today. The little kick forward, nicely done. GPS playing in the green, North Brisbane in the blue. GPS come up with the ball. As we see Andy Friend walk past us, he had a good chat with us yesterday, talking all things 7's. Got a great mind for it. He has some good ideas for 7's in Australia. Hopefully all the parties, all the committees and all that jazz can come together as one and create something amazing on the world rugby scene as far as 7's goes. Penalty. So this is the plate final for the Mad Eye Sports under-18 boys. Ball comes out. Stepping away. North Brisbane. They concede the penalty though. So GPS, you can see the water not rolling away. Now Assey, you know he's quick. Assey goes for the long ball. Van Duken goes over his head. James Moller was on the wing. But GPS, certainly the smaller of the two sides. As we see on the hill, the young kids from Flinders getting down that water slide. Look at that. In behind the play there, they're going to injure themselves before the final maybe. As now the ball comes out for GPS. Assey turns it inside and the ball spills out, goes backwards, and they lose about 30 metres there, the GPS. But this is where they're dangerous. So Norths might find themselves vulnerable here if they take the pressure off, and it's going to be turned over for a knock-on, and it'll be a scrum. As we see now, here come the Flinders boys again on the hill. We'll pick it up before we get back to the action. Look at that. That's impressive work. That is joy just there. And now we go back to the match as North Brisbane, they are going to get away for the first try. And it'll be Stanley. Under the sticks, length of the field. He's marked down as a prop forward, but I tell you, he struck that one like lightning and scored under the sticks for a nice try. Of course, positional play not that important in the arena of 7's rugby. And again, the rain dies off for the 5th or 6th time here today. So the restart here. Milne to GPS. As they pick it up. Look to play down the field. Little kick over the top, stabbing kick for the winger. It'll stop, it'll stay in that water. And it's kicked back in field. Oh, can't get to it on the full was weight. So they turned the ball over. If it had a little bit more hang time, it was on his chest and he was away. But now the north side go up the field. There's Lalorua. And you can see the downpour, the effect it's had. There's Stanley. He stands. Drawing and passing, and now there's plenty of space, plenty of pace, and Milne will fly away. Get some wings on him, because he's just about to take off and score. A good try, and some great artistic camera work by our sideline man down there, putting it right in the action at home by way of some great production by Bar TV Sports. Putting you out on the field worldwide. Of course, let us know where you're watching, where you're listening. We see here just the draw and pass did it, and Milne, as soon as he got the ball, he knew he was in for all money. With the runner's stride, former junior athlete, and by way of athlete, I mean athletics. You can see by the way he ran down that touchline, he certainly had the motion. So now 14-0, North Brisbane looking to take out the plate final. It's a good one. Oh, nice right foot step. Now swerving away. Kicked ahead. Oh, almost getting there. Desperation stuff by the half. Laufaleo trying to get over it is the GPS side. It'll be a penalty to GPS. Now, if they get it wide, or they go wide maybe too soon, and it'll give them chance to scramble one-on-one, going for the touch line, the try line, and Dassey deserve a try, diving from about 5 metres out. Thought there might have been a question of it from the touch judge, but he scored, and he leapt. As we see now the replay, the big long ball probably should have given it a little bit closer, and he dove from a fair way out, knowing that the waterlogged field would take him towards his designated target. And this ball kicked, and it's wobbly, and the flag stays down. So, coming into half-time, it's 14-5. North Brisbane leading at the moment. We're going to take a quick break and come back with all the second half action.
You know, Kennard's High started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
It's the capital of sleeping in. Dipping in, diving in, floating in, trekking in, paddling in, dropping in, rolling in, dining in, drinking in, and just taking it all in. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
So now as we head back to the action, special thanks to all our partners. We just saw the Kennards advertising. So referee blowing time on. We're in the final stages of the day. An hour and a half remaining of the Noosa 7's, and this is the under-18s Matai Sports plate final. Now as the ball comes out, looking for the wide throw. Doesn't need it, gets away, inside ball, there's support. Nicely taken though. And the whistle's blown again now. Norths. As they go toward the line again, Norths. They're looking the dominant of the two sides. GPS coming back in the latter stages though, but they're 2 tries behind. Now trying to get on the outside was Evan Stanley. Going up the center of the field is Paolo. He's held up in some strong defense by GPS. They get the steal, they get the turnover. So now can they get the try? Yeah, nice clean out there, creating some space if they can get someone up the middle. Tukanui with a nice pick up there, looking for some support. Doesn't find it. So, as they go up the field, the north side, this is going to be a try. The legs are heavy. It's been a big day. He's caught short, and somehow they get there. Milne it was, cleaning up the scraps. I thought Stanley was over for all money. As we look now at the replay, you can see the heavy legs of the GPS players. And it was a fantastic second effort to bring him down by the shirt. And he pops it back. It comes off the GPS player and falls almost off the line. 19-5 the score. So restart. Is there. North's ahead 19-5 as they look to extend their lead now. Stanley. He's been very good this second half. Now GPS, it's been turned over, and this is unfortunate. GPS looking good, but a big try to Paulo. The big number 12. He's out on his haunches in back play, but he's just delivered the plate final for North Brisbane. I can't see GPS coming back from a deficit this big. So North Brisbane dominant in this plate final. It's been brought forward for our viewers out there. Next up we'll have Noosa in the plate final, as it looks like Wests may get the walk-off or the walk-over. for use of a more proper term. So with the forfeit in the bowl final, teams looking to get the early bus ride home. Oh, look at this. Not looking for the early bus ride is GPS as they still continue to work it up the field. And now, never say die attitude. This could be a very good try, and yes, it is. Webster scores in the corner for his GPS side. So, with 4 minutes to go, kick to come. There could be just 2 tries in this if he's successful. We might see this match go into extra time. So, ball comes out, kicked ahead, and North looking right now to get right in front and hit back from that counter try, that counter punch by GPS. Oh, comes up with it. Milne, he's been so good, he's been instrumental in this lead that Norths have. And now they floated wide as they truck towards the try line. And that's a knock on. And you can see down there with the game over and the play final going to North Brisbane. They're happy, they're ecstatic. They would have liked to have taken out the big one, but the consolation prize is theirs, and it should be a big night on the way back up the highway for the team in blue. GPS unlucky, they were gallant in defeat. As we're going to go now for a quick break and come back with all the action of the men's plate final.
It's the capital of wandering between beaches. Baristas, biospheres, bathing, biking, bikinis, boats, birds, bars, boots, boutiques, and bags. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
You know, Kennard's Hire started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
It's the capital of sleeping in, dipping in, diving in, floating in, trekking in, paddling in, dropping in, rolling in, dining in, drinking in, and just taking it all in. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
know, Kennard's High started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
It's the capital of going to the beach. Going shopping, going off the grid, going out, going hard, going soft, going far, going over, and just going your own way. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
Welcome back, everybody, and we've come back again to some wet weather, but it's been a walk out, a victory in the bowl awarded to Wests. So West getting away with a victory in the bowl final. And now we see the Noosa side to take on UQ. This is a match that people thought may have been the final, but it's the final of the plate. And it's going to be a big... It's going to be a final of the plate. For the Noosa, the old boys are here. We're in Max's bar. As we're going to get one of the old boys to come up and commentate with us. Should be interesting. They've been here all day showing their support for the Noosa 7's. And as we get ourselves set through the pouring and the driving rain, we get ourselves set for the big plate final. UQ bringing all their professionalism from their 7's program. And we can see out there the two sides warming up, but our footage at the moment showing the conditions. And it's a testament to these players, the staff, everybody involved in the Noosa 7's. The volunteers, the fans, the crowd, the viewers at home. We're coming to the business end of the session, the business end of the night, and UQ coming onto the field. And they're going to be taking on the home side, Noosa. And everybody here, from the clubhouse to Max's bar to the officials' tent, they are looking for a victory for the Dolphins. Looking to take home the plate. And I'm sure they'll be lining up the drinks on that said plate if they come home victors, if they come home with the spoils in the plate final. As the siren blows, it'll be Noosa to kick off. In the home colours, it's stabbed forward. Myers almost pouncing on the ball, but Weller on the far side. He comes up with it as they spread the ball wide. Setu, he's been dominant. He's been one of the form players of the tournament. As they go forward, up to the 40. Penalty, diving over. Quick one taken. Now they come wide It's Carton with a ball to Weller. He's dangerous. Weller finds some space. Weller opens them up. He's taken. He loses the ball forward. So, Weller, one of the dominant players of the tournament in his own right. He gets taken down on the 22, losing the ball forward. As we hear the Beach Bar getting behind their side. Penalty. So Noosa get away with that. And now looking to go wide straight away. Charlie Taylor taken down, turning the ball over. Oh, what a one-handed pick up. And it's a penalty now to Noosa. Not releasing. Charlie Taylor looking for Mayhew, the hometown favourite. And his brother playing well as Lieber gets it wide. Now here's Myers. So quick, so strong. Almost calling the player underneath him, but goes to ground playing safe. And that is a penalty holding on. Setu with a quick tap. Setu looking for the penalty. Setu almost breaking free. Now they go wide. Weller looking for support. The inside ball comes over the top. McCormick goes without it. Now Mayhew in the blue boots. He stops. That's McGill, son of the president. Has been charged down, touched in flight. Now UQ looking to play. Here comes Weller. Weller with support on the outside. He finds it. This could be the first try. Myers comes across. They find support. They step on the inside. They're close. And it's a try. UQ open the scoring here in this plate final. Tough kick. It puts them up 5-0. Kick to come. And the crowd is singing, getting behind their side. They've got to do something to warm themselves up. And that'll do. Calls of throw your arms around me. Brothers in arms, they are at Noosa Dolphins. Intelligent animals, the Dolphins. And there's been plenty of intelligence. Oh, what a kick from the sideline. Setu. Been plenty of intelligence said up here at Max's Bar here this afternoon. So UQ now with the restart. It'll be Setu. Clifton Setu. The parochial crowd calling for a knock on, but as a restart, the ball was out of play. Now Noosa with a kick over. Oh, just evades Lieber. No, it doesn't. Lieber manages to stay in. Oh, that was a big hit. And that is the hit of the day. Coming off second best, though, the UQ side. Let's hope he's okay. Setu calling for it. Getting the ball, chipping for himself in behind McGill. He's back there. Comes up with it. Goes towards the touchline. Penalty. Calling for it, yeah. There's going to be a break in play. Unfortunate there, player down injured. It was a big hit coming off second best against Lieber, who's a man mountain, playing for a spot in the Australian 7's squad. Let's hope he's okay. Looks like he may have knocked the wind out of himself. As play stops, it's an opportune time to thank the sponsors here. Noosa Tourism. Visit noosa.com.au for everything going on in Noosa. And they tell me it's not normally like this up here. They call it the Sunshine Coast, and they don't call it that for nothing. They say even the raindrops come down with a glitter of gold here. Now this doesn't look good. Down there, the players are going to have to keep warm. James Armstrong out there juggling the ball. Yeah, he's going to be okay. He's going to get to his feet. Oh, look at the tent up on the hill. What a day it's been. It's been a day of great rugby. It's been a day where things have happened all over the park. As we wait for the player to get to his feet. Yes, he will. Great effort there. As he gets clapped off the field and comes to the close side. It was a good effort. It was a big hit he tried to put on Lieber. So tap taken there by Armstrong. Mayhew trying to step and straighten the play. Oh, when everything's falling, we've lost the 10 in front of us. As the crowd comes through, we've lost our effects mic. And the camera shifts out of position. I don't think we're going to see much of that tent later on. As the safety switch turns on, we go back to the action. Well, there's more action here on the sideline. And now the Noosa Dolphins, as they come into half-time. It is the UQ side in front. As the tent we've been using all day as cover in front of Max's bar. It's seen better days, let's just say that. So 7-0 at half-time in front of UQ, the big gust of wind. Special shout out to our scissor lift man, our cameraman up the top, Kane, braving all the elements. He's done a great job up there for Bar TV Sports, as he does every week. So Setu will take the restart. It is the Dolphins behind on the scoreboard. As the ball bounced, and you see there, doesn't get any height. It's kicked along the ground, squib style. And Armstrong looking for the long ball, chipping over the top. Not quite finding its intended target as Lieber on the far side bumps away from a couple. Now, the wide ball, Armstrong, mid-park. There's a bird out there looking to get in the action. Armstrong, he's strong. We know that's Setu. One to beat. Oh, Setu with a grappling tackle. He can't get it. And what a try by Armstrong. Comes away with it. I thought he was rounded up, but the determination, the strength, we've seen it all weekend, and he scores a try, an important try, coming into the second half. So now 5-7 is the score. This kick, so important. The ground is boggy. As it's hit, it struck, and no one expected him really to get that attempt. Calls for go, Noosa, the Dolphins. Can they come back as Armstrong comes back to take the kick? Armstrong. He's going to go towards the left. Oh, look at that. UQ trying to jump on the ball, but they're quite content to give away the free kick. The Noosa side. So tap is taken. Setu, the go-to man. Weller looking to create something, turning the ball on the inside. And now here comes Setu again. Setu in broken field. He's so dangerous. He's quick, putting the kick forward. May have been a touch in front, and Mayhew trying to stop the try, but he can't. It's to no avail. On the far side, UQ go over again. So they find themselves another try in front. It's going to be a difficult kick. And Setu, let's hope he is watching the attempt by the Dolphins, because there was absolutely no bounce in the ball with the conversion attempt. As Carton goes in on the far side. So Setu kicks it. Oh, look at that. It was a good attempt. And he doesn't get the extra 2. But given the conditions, no one was expecting it to sail over, but he certainly got a bit of height on it. So here he comes now to restart. Setu. Clifton Setu. Steps back. Hits it, and it goes deep over the head of Armstrong, who lets it bounce over the sideline. So next up, we've got the under-18s final, followed by the women's final, then the big one, the Elite Men's Cup final. To round off the day, the ball's batted back. The Noosa Dolphins win the line out. Charlie Taylor kicking it behind. They need ball in hand, the Dolphins. So penalty, rolling away. Setu getting the ball. He's been instrumental in this UQ side gaining the lead. Now the ball goes out. Weller finds some space. Inside. As they set the ball up and they drive over the 22. They lose the ball though. Here's Lieber. Lieber has Armstrong outside him. Armstrong stays back and Lieber gets away. He's brought down. Yeah, penalty there. Just creeping a little bit high. So the Noosa Dolphins, a chance to attack on the far side. Oh, big hit out wide. Knock on. So it'll be UQ with the ball again. As teams getting ready for the next couple of games. Big thanks to all involved, keeping us live here today. The Noosa 7's, the lights are on. The clouds have dropped. Stepping away, dancing away. As the ball comes back and the dummy comes. Setu on the far side. Keeps it alive. There's space. As UQ looking to turn around, but it's going to be a penalty against them. So Noosa Dolphins, they're still in this. They come wide. Inside ball is thrown. As they keep it alive on the far side now. Penalty. The tap will be taken again. They need to get out of their half. The Dolphins, the home side. Junior Mayhew, as he's affectionately known at the club, gets the ball away. Held up in the tackle. Nice strength shown there. As they're looking to commit numbers, yeah, taking it in. Great defensive effort there by UQ. And the siren goes, and that'll be all she wrote. So UQ, the Blake champions here at Noosa 7's, defeating the home side, the Noosa Dolphins, 12 points to 5. And we're going to come up with the next match. It'll be the 18's Cup Final, which promises to be an exciting affair. We've seen them throw the ball around all day here at the Noosa 7's. Of course, brought to you by IGA Marketplace. So it'll be Brisbane Fijian taking on the Flinders School. And it'll be a big, tough match, a big ask for Flinders. Brisbane, Fiji, they've been dominant. They've been hard. As they warm up and get themselves behind the goal line, ready to run out onto Noosa Rugby Park. UQ, centre field, happy with the win, happy with the victory. And Brisbane, Fiji, they all start rushing back, working on Fiji time here at Noosa. Well, there's Noosa time and there's Fiji time. I'll tell you what's so relaxing up here, there's not much difference between the two. As they come around, Brisbane, Fiji. Should be a big match. And we saw before on the hill, the Flinders School just happy to make the final. Going down the water slide, as it's now been named, Water Slide Hill. Diving in the mud after that big victory in the prelims. So we're going to come back with a short break with all the action of the boys under 18's big final in just a few moments.
It's the capital of sleeping in, dipping in, diving in, floating in, trekking in, paddling in, dropping in, rolling in, dining in, drinking in, and just taking it all in. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
You know, Kennard's Hire started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects?
Yeah, I'll sort you out.
It's the capital of going to the beach, going shopping, going off the grid, going out, going hard, going soft, going far, going over, and just going your own way. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
So as we come back for the Noosa 7's, all the valued partners, Matai Sports, Value Pools, and ATF Fencing. What a job. The volunteers, the organisers, the sponsors, and indeed the community of Noosa have done here over this weekend to keep this event running through conditions that would see better rugby clubs cool it off. But everyone playing in the spirit of 7's rugby. It's been a true festival and a great experience to be up here at Noosa. Of course, if you are coming to Noosa, visit noosa.com.au for all your information. And if you are going to hire an apartment, rent an apartment, and if you want to stock up, get to IGA Marketplace and shop independently with the independent grocers of Australia. And while you're there, you may as well get yourselves a pop-up tent from Kennards Hire. There's plenty around, as we've seen on our cameras all weekend. And now, as we come to the latter stages of the day, the rain is driving. It is coming down in bucket loads. As you can see on our screen, the lights are on. And you can hear it. Through the effects mic. There's drops the size of alligator tears here as Brisbane, Fiji, they warm up out there, going through their passing, going through their drills. Haven't yet sighted their opposition yet. Matthew Flinders. And it's really bucketing down now on the roof of Max's Bar, where we're situated. Brought to you by Kennards in the Kennards commentary box. You can hear it driving down. There's certainly no cats on any hot tin roofs here today, as we see out there the UQ side celebrating in style out on the field. Oh, taking a dive. Someone's almost done a shoulder out there as the plate's getting thrown around as well. Lifting up the victory, the spoils, the swan dives. It's all out there. I bet they don't teach that at college on campus for the students. As Brisbane, Fiji warm up. The day, it's almost over here at Noosa. Brisbane, Fiji, the young guns they call themselves. They're going to have to prove all the firepower they can for a very disciplined Flinders side coming up next for your viewing pleasure on Bar TV Sports. And now, as the rain drives, it pours. We can see the crowd. It's not dispersed, it's gathered. And it's gathered in droves here. The free entry for all those on the Sunshine Coast. If you're up the road watching at home, get down here for the final couple of matches. It's free entry here at Noosa Rugby Club. The diehards over here on the hill with us. The smart people up in the clubhouse. And, of course, a big thank you for Kane, our Bar TV cameraman, bringing you all the pictures up on the scissor lift. There was a big gust that came before, and I thought the Kennards Hire scissor almost toppled over. But he said, leave me up there. And I tell you what, the Max's Bar, they've got about 4 or 5 beers lined up for him when he gets down. The Noosa Old Boys. Of course, big thank you to Bar TV Sports, its broadcast partners, core crew, and all turn partners. .com.au, providing all your HR solutions. So get in, have a chat to Cam Knight. He's one of the most sought-after HR professionals in Australia. And we're coming up for the 18s Cup Final. It's Brisbane, Fiji taking on Matthew Flinders. And yet to be cited is the Matthew Flinders school, as the referees are ready themselves to come out onto the field. With the forfeits that we've had, a couple of teams taking the early bus home back to Brizzy. And you can see The staunch supporters there in Max's bar looking on intently. Ready for a big under-18s boys grand final. Brought to you by Matai Sports. Leaders in sports clothing, in rugby union, and indeed 7's rugby, and indeed all your other sports. So if you like what you see out there with the jerseys, there's been some good ones designed by Matai, providing everything. And this is getting desperate here. The crowd wanting the officials to hurry up and get the game started. Says Brow almost pulling a Mary Poppins there. The tournament director almost flying away. Next thing he'll be singing Chim Chimney, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, the Mary Poppins of the Noosa 7's. As he comes up, and he'll probably join us for this final. How are you? How is it out there? You've been doing a great job for us, running all the team sheets over. Yourself and Don here today. No sign of Atticus.
No, mate, Atticus is somewhere, probably out in one of those puddles out there somewhere in the middle of the field.
Oh, good on him. There's a little bit of a hold in play due to a couple of forfeits here.
Mate, we have, unfortunately, a game between Jeeps and West Tribe, the men's bowl final. Unfortunately, through injury, Jeeps couldn't put a side together, and they've had to withdraw from the tournament, so that's a walkover win to the Tribe. I can tell you, mate, as we head into cricket season, Tony Gregg would not have any trouble putting his key in that pitch out there right now.
Well, Bill Laurie wouldn't have any trouble flying his pigeons either. They wouldn't come back. They'd come back with wet wings, that's for sure, as we see now the Flinders side coming towards the field as the Fijians warming up, keeping limber. It's been a big couple of days for these guys. It's been a big day for the 18s, playing all their matches on day 2 here at Noosa 7's. What's the feel like? What's the buzz like up in the clubhouse?
Mate, the atmosphere up in the clubhouse is going absolutely electric. We've got entertainment going on up there. Huge crowd waiting around for the 3 cup finals that are now to come. Our good friends, the Droopy Dolphins, are beside us. They're not going to let the team down. They'll keep the atmosphere going on the sidelines.
Oh, they've been an absolute pleasure to work with up here, providing plenty of banter with the Bar TV sports crew. Couple of warm-ups as well for us. Bit of grey goose.
Bit of grey goose, as the tradition goes. And look, this Matthew Flinders side, they've really been the surprise packet of the under-18s tournament, joining us for the first time. And we really weren't sure how the local Anglican college from Central Sunshine Coast was going to go. They're quite strong in the school competition, putting teams in both male and female school competitions. And to see them come along, local club, going up against the might of Brisbane, Fiji, they'll really know it when they hit the field and take on this team.
Yeah, they will. But a bit impressed by them today, their discipline and their structure that they kept. You don't often see it, especially at 18s level in 7's, but they rarely give away a penalty. They really, commit those ruck infringements that we see so often in 7's. So really well coached and really well drilled.
Yeah, but that comes back to that real emphasis that we've put into, that Brisbane 7's organisation have put into their 7's program.
As we bring down the scissor lift for 2 seconds. Just dropping the height a little bit.
There's many jobs around this ground this weekend that I'm glad I wasn't doing, and that has to top the cake. He's been up there on that scissor lift.
He's been unbelievable, Kane. He's a Bar TV favourite, hails from the Gold Coast. They make him tough down south. Well, you've got to be.
I don't think you'll ever have anybody from the Sunshine Coast to agree to that, but there's a bit of friendly rivalry and banter between the Goldie and the Sunny.
Well, funnily enough, the Max's boys here, the old boys, they were cheering on the Gold Coast squad earlier on today, the development squad, which I found interesting up against the Brisbane side.
Yeah, look, the boys, they'll move their allegiances around to where it best suits. The atmosphere will change minute by minute over there, and the likes of Bainey and Hanno, Rowie sitting up front and square, making sure that everybody's in order behind him.
Good strong nicknames too, aren't they? Bainey, Hanno.
Digger's there as well. Digger's on the phone, probably organising another corporate deal for the weekend.
Oh, very good. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for a jaunt. As we see the two sides come out led by their captains. He's a big boy, isn't he? Takiri, as they come out in the huddle.
And we just received notification that we've got some one of the club's life members and a couple of the boys over in Italy watching us on the live stream. So hello to Roxy and hello to Jerry and to Cogs over there in Italy. I hope you're enjoying the warm Mediterranean weather.
Yeah, definitely.
It's certainly not with us here in Noosa today.
The Amalfi Coast looks very tempting. It's your sister coast, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
well,
Amalfi Coast.
That's what they tell us.
Yeah, very good part of the world over there as well. Spent a bit of time in Sicily.
So it'll be Matthew Flinders to start proceedings.
And it's showtime here in the 18s final. Here's Bowyer. He's electric if he can get in some space. But the water has probably brought them back about a couple of paces. The wet trackers that might not need to go as they fly down the sideline. The Fijian side opening up off the kickoff on the far side.
Well, that's an astounding start in this
So
weather.
quick, the water boy hasn't even filled his bottles up. What about the start there? And it's the start exactly that the Fijians wanted.
Absolutely, mate, and that's the sort of thing that really pleases the coach. He'll be sitting over on the sidelines. He would have given the team a structure to play with as they started this game, and that's exactly what they appear to have done.
Well, as the vision's a little bit impaired over there, I think it was Ben Bucknell that might have got over the line then.
This is going to be one very difficult conversion.
Oh, he's skewed it, spirals, and the puddles proving not very fruitful for our kickers at the moment.
No, reminiscent of Noel Cleale's attempt to drop out in State of Origin back in the mid-80s.
Well, you see a lot of rugby and rugby league around it. You don't see fields like this waterlogged too much these days. So, given the drainage here, you know there's been a lot of rain, and it doesn't quite make 10. As the whistle blows, here's the former junior for the Noosa Dolphins side. As they come forward, again, looking to exploit the edges. They did it so well in the first game.
And that one-on-one defence is just such a key, particularly in this weather.
As the ball goes over the sideline, quickly thrown in. Hits the ground and goes nowhere. Earlier on the day, that would have bounced 15 or so metres.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get too much assistance when the ball goes to ground. And that was a surprising aspect of the last game that we saw with so much kicking involved.
Ball kicked forward again, and it's going to be called back for the knock-on, so it'll be Brisbane Fiji with the advantage. They've had one touch of the ball, one try. So let's see what they can conjure up now.
The sounds of the beach bar echoing across the rain-sodden track. There's a couple of crew up there. We've got a table tennis table going up there. It's been going all afternoon. There's a couple of crew up there having a bit of a dance around the live entertainment.
As you do. It's a festival atmosphere, no matter what the conditions. So, Brisbane Fiji, Bowyer stepping, jinking away, trying to get away. He can't. Great defence there.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Quick tap taken, and now it could threaten to open up. Dummy thrown away, and it'll be another try. It is Isaac Henry streaking away under the sticks. So, 2 touches of the ball, 2 tries.
And in not a lot of time, so they've still got plenty of time left on the clock.
Well, they started out the day in emphatic fashion. They've continued all day, Brisbane Fiji, the invitational side. And that one, no mistake. So, in front of the sticks, the conversion is successful.
Takes them to a 12-0 lead.
And it was Michael Drew who gets that one over the line.
And I know they often get a bad rap in a lot of sports, but massive round of thanks and applause to our referees.
Oh, they've been
this
unbelievable,
weekend.
haven't they?
They've never shied away.
So now, kick forward. Oh,
That's
the
just,
water.
I think that's gone 10.1 metres.
Yeah, almost. And now it opens up, caught from behind, though. So,
Yeah, that's great defence.
yeah, again, with a man back, it was tough to get around, given, almost picking up one-handed. It would have been unbelievable there by Drew. And now, the ball bouncing around. Flinders, they look exciting when they have the ball, don't they, Flinders?
Mate, when they get the ball in hand, they really do spark it up, even in this wet weather. All they've got to do, as we've spoken about all weekend, is maintain possession and mount the pressure. It's about recycling possession, keeping the ball in hand and mounting pressure on the defence, letting the ball do the work.
And, of course, two big matches coming up, the Women's Cup and the Men's Cup. Just waiting on finalised team sheets, but I expect no injuries throughout the squads.
Nothing's been reported to us, and we've got Tribe in both the Men's and Women's Cup final.
There's John Gelling, the junior. Malloy, he's electric if he gets in some space as well. Gelling's on the outside. They go to him. Stepping off the right, finds some space to Palm. He knows the ground, but Bowyer gets in behind, forces the knock on. It's going to be pulled up for the scrum. Great covering tackle by Brisbane Fiji. Gelling in front of the home crowd. I know it's not the Noosa Dolphins, but there would have been a massive cheer there.
Absolutely, mate. He's a Dolphin in clubland. Matthew Flinders when it comes to schoolboys football, and obviously playing with his school this weekend. Another family that have put a number of young players through our junior ranks. This is Matthew Flinders' chance now to really mount some pressure through this scrum.
Yeah, they tried to put the drive on there, but knock on. This could be close. Turning, spinning, and he gets it in the end. The local boy cramping up as well, John Gelling. And you can see the beach bar. They're saluting him. Cramp for the efforts too.
Yeah, always comes in handy, doesn't it, in this weather? And they do the honourable thing and they give him the ball to kick for conversions.
Yeah, well, he's been kicking all day. He hits it, he strikes it, and it's nice. So the conversion is successful. 12 points to 7 as we go into half-time. It's Brisbane Fiji ahead. And we've seen them come back so often here. The Matthew Flinders side, can they do it again, do you think?
Look, the way they finished that first half, I absolutely think that they can mount pressure if they do what they did down in that far end and put pressure from the breakdown or from the scrums. Anything can happen in this game of 7's, and turnovers just happen lightning fast. So they're certainly not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, down by only an unconverted try.
Well, you can see out there the two huddles, the Fijians getting in close. Led by their big number 14, Takiri.
It's always going to be hard when he gets in at tight head on the scrum.
Oh, it's always hard 10 out when he gets the ball as well. We've seen him score a couple of good tries like that here today.
And a bit of a YouTube sensation, I hear.
Yeah, he's certainly lighting it up down Brisbane way. And I'll tell you what, after this, when the highlights come out, there should be a couple more YouTube sensations from the Noosa 7's.
So. And one thing that viewers may not recognise this year in the Cup finals, normally we'd be playing 10-minute halves with 2-minute half times. World Rugby have changed their rules and brought everything back now to 7, so we are 7 minutes each way with a 1-minute half time.
I thought we were going to go to 20 minutes. I thought you were going to surprise me then. And
oh, we've had a couple of extra time games today, and one of them looked like going for a considerable period, I think.
Yeah, they were tough matches, weren't they, in the middle part of the day?
Yeah, 15-minute game of rugby ended up being something like 23 minutes, and that's a lot of 7's football.
So Brisbane Fijian now with a restart, and that is not going to make the 10. He kicked it about 3 metres behind the
Yeah,
line.
if he had kicked it on the line, it would have gone the 10.
Well, the puddle in the middle of the field there, probably non-conducive to restarting the balls. We see the splashes come up. Here's Gelling, the try scorer, advances the ball out wide as they are taken down. The Fijians drift across in defence, and
there's a penalty there.
yeah, definitely a penalty.
Well, it's been reversed.
Yeah, he had the hand up for the advantage, didn't he?
Certainly looked like Flinders were going to get something out of it, but not to be.
So Takiri with the ball. Looking, as we see down here, the nation's side warming up. Facing a very good tribe side in the Women's Cup final. Here's Takiri looking to stride away. Trying to do it all himself. The ball spills out. Flinders have the ball, and it's a knock-on both ways.
And that's great defence from a small bloke on a big bloke. Never giving up, never saying die, and just holding on until you make the tackle and support arrives.
Well, he fancied his chances, didn't he? The big man, Takiri.
Those ears were pinned, and he was ready to take off. As we look down on the nations, ladies getting ready for the Vince Beakey Cup final, I can tell you this game is going to be an absolute cracker. There is not 1 ounce of love lost between these two teams.
Malloy goes
nations
the short.
And tribe.
Sorry to cut you off. Malloy went the short side, and this could be on here for the Flinders side as they drag down. Almost turned over. Now looking to go straight, go hard. He's been good, hasn't he, Gelling? He's kept the team alive. And now they're held up in the tackle. Good strength. The ball comes free. The ball goes long. Malloy gets it. Great defence, one-on-one. Brisbane, Fiji. Costing about 10 metres, and they come up with a turnover. Look at the footwork. Inside ball. And now just slowing it down again. They're so good at it, the Brisbane Fijian side. As Lalagavisi in the headgear. He draws a penalty.
And there's that discipline that we've been talking about from the Brisbane Fijian sides throughout the day. They stick to their structures. They play for possession, field position.
Nasi, he goes forward. The flick pass inside. Yeah, turned the ball. I thought he turned the ball over there. And you can just see the conditions very hard. And here's Isaac Henry. Oh, he's been absolutely driven. That's going to maybe cost the side. Came out of the line.
We'll still play the scrum. I would suggest the referee's giving him the benefit of the doubt there. It was a good tackle.
Yeah, Tony Lehman. Big man. He's quite electric, quite dynamic for the size of him. Scored some good tries earlier on here today, but that hit there, that's as good as you'll see.
Mate, that'll be
after
part
the
of
whistle.
Part of the highlights reel.
Hashtag magic moments. Look out for them on Bar TV Sports and indeed the Noosa 7's Facebook site.
So this is the chance for Flinders now to really hit back.
Well, they've made a game of it, haven't they? The Flinders side.
They really have acquitted themselves well, though. As I said, they were a bit of an unknown coming into the tournament, and they've been the surprise packets of this under-18 boys competition.
So Malloy dancing James with a long ball. Cut out pass wide as they go back inside and spin the ball wide. He's been dangerous on the fringes. Can't get the arm free, though, but can offload. In the end, he was caught.
And here's a card.
Yeah, there's going to be a
The
card.
referee goes to his pocket.
Good chance now for Flinders. As they pass wide. Oh, did not need the knock on.
And that's the coach killer.
12-7. We've still got 3 minutes to play here. So they'll go 2 minutes man down. Brisbane, Fiji. As we see the tribe, ladies side, making their way up to the warm-up zone. That big match up next.
And that's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. So really looking forward to that.
Kick forward. And again, penalty. So killing themselves with discipline here. They've been so good throughout this tournament, the Flinders side. As now the Fijians just waiting for them. Coming through, offloading the ball. Gee, not playing to the conditions. I don't think they know how to. Ball comes back. Scrappy. Oh, nice clean out there. Holding on the ball, not releasing. Malloy with a quick one. Goes wide.
They're sensing the time running out.
The ball
Here we go.
spills. It's going to sit up, is it? No, it's going to skid.
It's going to stop
No, it's going to stop. And that's a good try. And that gets them in the front seat.
And I think that'll be your cup final. I think that'll be enough for Brisbane Fiji to hold the trophy aloft this afternoon.
Well, what an opportune moment for Wonga. On the wing, the ball spilt loose. He pounced on it. It kicked, got the backspin. Hard to do. And it stopped plumb in goal for a nice try.
Any other day of the week, that ball would still be going.
Yeah, any other day of the week, that's gone up the hill and into the bush. And
And the
look at that
conversion
kick.
to
What
boot.
about that?
That's salt into the injuries.
Yeah, nice work, Ben Bucknell. So now, with not long remaining, we've got half a minute. As they look for the ball, it's kicked infield. We'll get the kick-off, which have been terrible, to say the least, as Bucknell looking
From
for some
behind
dry
the water.
ground. He's just going to go for distance and skids along the ground. So Flinders.
They're not going to give up. They're not
Yeah.
going to go down not trying.
Lehman with a nice ball, and they certainly aren't. There's support on the inside. Drawing passes on. Oh, he doesn't.
So 1 on 3. That's
give
the final
the
siren.
ball. The siren's gone. Was there a little juggle there? Malloy runs across field. Here's Lehman. Lehman will straighten and pass back.
They're going to need someone to take it forward. They're taking it into contact, but he's got no one there. There's a penalty for the tackler not rolling away.
19-7 the score. They can't win the game, but they sure can diffuse this scoreline. Kicked in behind. And Wonga will dive on it. He needs to release the ball. Does that. Looking for the kick
look-
out.
look one of
And
these boys to
that
put it
will
dead.
be the cup final. Brisbane, Fiji. They do it here at Noosa 7's. Great effort by Flinders, but Brisbane, Fiji, too good on the day.
The local boys did themselves really, really proud. They should all hold their heads up very high. They are some atrocious conditions out there to be playing football, particularly 7's football, but all credit to Brisbane, Fiji. Very well drilled, very disciplined side, and they earned their rewards this evening.
Well, what I liked about it is they didn't care about the conditions. They threw it around. It was a spectacle, to say the least. The 18's boys winners, the champions, Brisbane, Fiji. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the ladies' final.
You know, Kennard's High started in Bathurst in 48. Oh, yeah? 70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects. Yeah, I'll sort you out.
Well, now, as we come back to the action, we see the victorious Brisbane Fijian side. They win the game. It was a great matchup and befit of a grand final as they go for now what is the traditional plunge. Oh, there's some big dives out there. And that's how you do a victory swan dive for all our viewers out there on Bar TV Sports. Coming in now to the big two finals. It's the cup final for the ladies. It's Nation 7's taking on Tribe 7's as we get ready for the big action. After that, the men's elite. It'll be Brisbane, Fiji taking on the Tribe 7's as we see the Brisbane, Fiji side going now to the warm-up area. They're early. And now the Nation side coming onto the field. Referee waiting for the sides to come out. As we mentioned before, no love lost between these two invitational sides. Pride not only up for grabs, so is the cup, so is the prize money here at the Noosa 7's. And again, the wind picking up. I can't thank our crew enough here at Bar TV Sports, braving the element, especially our man up the scissor lift, Kane. He deserves some sort of bonus here today, as we see now the Tribe 7's coming out to the field. And now the referee takes middle position. It'll be Tribe 7's to kick off. Hanaway with the ball. She's already won the under-18s girls. And now she's here to win the double for the Tribe 7's. The Pacific side will have something to say. And that's a good restart. One of the best of the day, to be fair. Now Pacific looking to spread the ball wide, showing their intent. Now going wide, the long ball floating. There's some space. Out wide as they go up the middle, looking to offload. The Pacific side. Not making much ground. Good defence shown by the Tribe 7's. Allowed to stand in the tackle. Hard to put down. Looking to play wide now. They've got some width. The step off the left. It was a good one, but equal to it. Garcia around the top. Looking to strip the ball. Couldn't quite get there. She'll have to roll away. She does just that. And now there's space. They're quick. They're driven towards the sideline. Stays in somehow. Ball again popped up. This is good play, a good display. Patience by Pacific. It's what they need. Oh, the ball goes out wide, but it's been called back. Forward pass. It would have been a good battle for the corner there. As Tribe 7's now with the feed. Coming across, inside, ball. Nicely taken, midfield. This is the Tribe's first chance here today, here tonight, this evening. Penalty drawn as they come forward. Great skill on display here. So, stoppage in play, scrum time. There's some big space on this short side. They go towards the open where all the players are, not risking it. And it opens up out wide. This is a great final, great cup final between these two sides. The Tribe 7's looking to claw their way back and get some possession. It's been all Pacific so far. It's all nations. The nation's 7's looking dangerous with every touch of the ball. Four minutes down in the first half of the cup final. The game well and truly in the balance. 0-0 the score. Ball comes out. A nice scrum again. Nations. The dummy's thrown. The stutter going behind there. Looking to create some space. Now they go back towards the right. Goes back behind halfway. Unable to grab it. But good acceleration. Oh, the flick pass as it gets knocked back. As Hanaway goes into half. Oh, the ball, the passing. It's a tough effort out here. Piggy backed up the field. Head high, called Hanaway, looking to start something. It's Reed, passes the ball, Garcia. Now they go wide. This could be trouble on the far side. Unleashing. Nice tackle in cover. But it may open up, and Garcia, she's held up short. Ever so close. And going out. Great work by the nation's side. It's inch close. It'll be a Tribe 7's throw. They'll have the advantage here. They've got 3 in the line-outs. They're going to have to make sure of this one. So up the field, streaking up the field now. Lovely run. Met with some strong defence, but equally as strong with the run. Now they're up to the 40, the space. They need quick ball. Holding on to it. Oh, streaking away. The shirt grab and the knock on. Can you believe it? Almost the first try had some luck on their way. Coming from halfway. 0-0 the scoreline. As we come to the dying stages, as we see the replay there, if that pass sticks, then the game, or the half, almost shut down. As we thank tournament director, the Big Brow, coming over, providing us with the team sheets. And they streak away the nation side. And now Tribe 7's getting it, going wide. It's Partu, is it? Brought down. In fact, it was... Yes, it was Partu on the far side. She scored some ripping tries. As this game goes to half-time. It's deadlocked. 0-0, both sides defending well, both sides with chances. We're going to take a quick break and come back with all the second half action in the Women's Cup final here at the Noosa 7's.
You know, Kennard's High started in Bathurst in 48.
Oh, yeah?
70 years on, they've grown into over 160 branches.
So they can handle big projects? Yeah, I'll sort you out.
going to the beach, going shopping, going off the grid, going out, going hard, going soft, going far, going over, and just going your own way. It's the capital of whatever you need to relax.
As we come back now to the second half, it'll be the Nations kicking off. It'll be Moores who grabs the ball. It's windy, it's rainy. And that one kicked and stabbed along the ground. So Tribe 7's now looking to spread the ball. Oh, nicely done, but can't come up with the play. It was Field in the 10 jersey. We know she's extremely quick in open space. Can she be the game breaker, Field? As we go to a Nations scrum. Both these sides having epic encounters over the years, throughout the tournaments, throughout Australia. Stepping on the inside is Lea Leofano. Now, looking to go wide, looking to use the pace. It's Moores. Moores breaking through. She's caught. It'll draw a penalty. Moores takes the quick one as they come out. The pass, the inside ball. Drens loses it. It's kicked forward. Tribe, they've got to get around Garcia. And that's a penalty, yeah, not releasing. The big clean out came a little bit too late there by their number one in Famay. And she's been hurt there as they charged on to the breakdown, the clean out. She's going to be okay though. Moores, she's tough and she's quick as well as Lea Leofano. With the pass, now they go wide, looking to get something on the edges, but they turn the ball back inside and they're keeping the ball away and they're keeping the ball alive as there's the sweeper coming around. It's Hanaway. Hanaway pops the ball on the inside. And now it's Waldy. Waldy creating some space on the outside. Emily Bass sets it up. And this will be shut the gates. The former sprinter. It'll be Emily Fields. Ellie Fields scoring the try. So Fields, we've been told all day, she's probably the quickest of the women's side, and she showed right there why everyone's been talking about her. As we look at the replay, great setup word by Bass, and you can see the smile on her face. She knows she's got her side closer to the cup final. Will they lift it above their heads? The Tribe 7's. It's been all nation 7 so far. They'll get another chance here, though. Receiving the ball. Hanaway. She'll need to make good use of this kick and really get some distance on it. Oh, that's a lovely restart in the air in slippery conditions. You don't want it there. Nice palm on the far side. Now, first receiver. Coming around looking for support as it comes back in field. Now there's some space outside. Couldn't go with it was Drens, and now Tribe 7's coming up, forcing the mistake. And interestingly enough, they brought on the closest wing Steph Rutherford in the green boots. Watch out for her, because if you thought Field was fast, Rutherford surely isn't too far behind her. She's standing deep off Bass. Look for it to come this way as they move closer. Playing well to the conditions here, the Tribe Sevens. It's been a great program for them. Bass getting the ball on the ground. Bass stepping around. Bass getting through. She's still going. Bass with a flick pass as they go up the field. Tribe Sevens looking really now to control it. And as I say that, they knock the ball on. So as we see the view there from side on, ground zero, it'll be Nations. They haven't got long to go, but they can pull out a miracle. This is a good run we saw in the game before. She went side to side. And now they drive them back, coming through on the ball. That might be a penalty, yeah. Didn't need to do that now. As they get back 10, can the Nations come back? Can they? Score the try. Drens takes them forward, gets the arm free. It's a loose pass. Oh, but the brake's on. Hanaway comes steaming across to cut off. As we see the Tribe Sevens men's going to the warm-up area. Ready for the big one. Back to the action here. It's Moores. Moores straightens. Can the Tribes sides here today take the clean sweep? They're in front here in the women's, the cup final. So, penalty. And Hanaway, she's in no rush to take this one. The clock's ticking down, 20 seconds. As she skips towards the line, steps. Oh, look at the acceleration. This could be shut the gate. She swerves, evades, Moores from behind. Well, Drens it was from behind. The knock on, the final siren. That is the game. The Tribe Sevens are victorious in the Women's Cup final. What a game. What an effort by both sides to make it this far. It's been a massive couple of days in the Elite Women's Final, brought to you by Value Pools. And what a victory it is for the Tribe Sevens. Now they're going to look to go 3 up here at the Noosa 7's. Can they do it? What a victory. As we go now to the big one, the main event, the big dance, as Brisbane Fiji come on the field for the last time today. And here we have tournament director, the Browser. He's been running around and we thank him for joining us in the Bar TV core crew Kennard's commentary box. It is the ATF Fencing Elite Men's Finals. Brisbane Fijians taking on the Tribes. And wow, this is going to be massive.
Right, if that last game was anything to go by, this game is going to be absolutely huge.
Well, Tribes, they're going to take the coin, though they're looking for the clean sweep. Brisbane Fijian, well poised to stop that, though. As we go now to the final match of the day. Great game. The previous game, the Women's Cup final. Nations hold their head up high. It was the Tribe that came out victors, and it is showtime here at Noosa Rugby Club. The ball goes deep. So immediately trying to play tactically. It's going to go back to halfway. Tom Connor, experience showing, has Players on the inside and outside. He dummies. He's still going. There's Genilev.
And it may not come through these microphones, but the sounds of the hits out there in this game are just amazing. How these guys just get up and keep going is absolutely beyond me.
Bennett Leslie gets them over the 22. The big one, Dongy. He's been one of the tournament's best.
He's certainly come into contentions for selections at a higher level, and I know that he's certainly raised a few eyebrows, even more so than I have, over the duration of this weekend.
There we go, and here they go out wide. The Tribe stepping, going for the try line. Oh, cut short. Great defence. Brisbane Fiji up against it. That'll be a penalty. That could also close to be a card.
Coming in from the side, that was quite cynical. He was lucky not to get a little bit of a rest.
Oh, it's a V2. He's close, and he's short. As they go the short side, trying to use the strength. Oh, he gets the ball down. Etty Slater for the first try in the Men's Cup Final. It's been a big 2 days for everybody, including myself here, Brow.
The Droopy Dolphins suggesting the Grey Gooses might be a remedy for that cracking of the voice.
Well, they only brought one bottle up.
Yeah, we'll work on that for next year. A bit disappointed with the boys there.
Maybe we could get a little sponsorship from Grey Goose.
Obviously didn't cater appropriately. That's a great kick in
look
wet
at that
weather.
from the sideline. It goes.
The wind did it no favours at all.
Yeah, brought it across the face. We've seen them go plenty of times in that direction's Dongy. I tell you what, he is electric, isn't he? He's certainly one of the best link players out here.
Mate, he's not a big man in height, but there's plenty of width and thickness to him, and he's mighty handy.
Very quick as well. For such a diminutive player. As Brisbane Fiji pick it up, they won't panic and they go forward. And here he is. We know he's fast. Maitatina turning the ball over, but they come back up with it. Brisbane Fiji. Vasakikakakau comes over the ball.
That's great pressure by Tribe.
Oh, Tribe, look at the defensive work they're putting in. Plenty of pressure. They're over the ball.
And look, there's 8,000 reasons why you'll be putting that sort of effort in. With the winner walking away with a nice little addition to their bank balance for the weekend.
Oh, skipping away now. Brisbane, Fiji. Looking to advance the ball. That's going to be a penalty, so the quick one will be taken.
Tackler not releasing.
And so the quick tap is taken. Here's Vasakikakau advancing the ball. Nafoa, an equally good link man for the Brisbane Fijian side. Looking for the pop pass, and it spills out. So knock on.
Called the knock on. I thought it came off a Tribe hand then.
Yeah, he was rolled over and he went to throw the pop pass, and given the wet conditions, it just spilled out of his hand. So it'll be a Tribes scrum feed right in front of us here.
Got 17 metres on Tribe's own side of the halfway.
And we're
Bit of work to do to get it down the other end of the field.
We're well and truly under lights at the moment. It's still daylight.
Apparently.
Nice scrum and nice feed, and the ball picked up by Connor. Now going for the kick, and not the best one. Goes across field. Dare I say, throwing caution to the wind. The wind took that.
Oh, the wind will take care of those sort of kicks in this weather. When it howls, there's a lot of kicks that aren't going anywhere. And we've still got a great crowd. Great to see a lot of people hanging around up there on the deck at the Dolphins Clubhouse, and the beach bar still rocking out. So people hanging around and enjoying, despite the weather, enjoying some fantastic quality rugby sevens.
Well, it's been a great weekend, and if you can put a show like this on in the rain, get here next year, because it promises to be sunny, and it's going to be a great carnival, great spectacle, as we see a bit of scrappiness. It's knocked back, says the referee. It opens up during a bit of a communication breakdown in defence by the Tribes as Nafoa puts it in behind, content to play field position. So 5.5 minutes gone in the first half. It's Tribes, the invitational side, coming up against the Brisbane Fijian side, hailing from all corners of Brisbane Club Rugby. Kicked downfield. And here he comes, Dongy.
There's no one
Look
home.
how quick he is. Toes it forward. Great skill shown. It's going to pop up.
Oh!
He spills it. Unlucky. Dongy. He did well. Great control on the soccer through.
Fantastic effort to get it that far, and just probably only pulled up a couple of feet short of the try line. He could have just dived on it.
Off the left foot too. And Baum tried to gather it
Straight
up.
over the
Needed
top.
to dive on it, as you said.
So it'll be Brisbane Fiji to feed the scrum this time, as
And
Mother lets us know she's not finished with us yet.
just as the game looks like opening up, the heavens open up again. Probably the worst downpour of the day, to be fair.
And the strongest wind, and we see Brisbane Fiji making a break down the right-hand side of the field.
Driven back, though, on their 22. It's been a good display in the first half by Tribe. Brisbane Fiji looking for
Numbers
answers,
here.
and here it could be. But the experience there of Geladov.
There's the hooter to end the end of the 7 minutes, but it's up to the referee to tell us when the first
Tom
half
Connor
finishes.
gets the ball away, and this is going to be a try. Bennett Leslie, dive now, son. Yes, he goes over. Tribes now in control. Half time. Kick to come. It's 10-0.
Well, that was great turnover possession from what could have very easily ended up with the ball down the other end of the field for Brisbane Fiji. But Tribe, they just don't give up. They maintain pressure, whether it's in defence or attack. Get the pill back in hand, and that's the end result.
Bennett
Fantastic
Leslie,
work.
I thought he was going to dive from 10 out there.
He probably could have dived from the 22 and still slid in.
So the kick take and waved away.
And 10-0, that's a massive lead in these sort of conditions at the end of what has been a very trying day.
Yeah, 10-0. I wouldn't say it's insurmountable here at halftime in the Men's Cup final. Of course, brought to you by ATF Fencing. Don't forget the other major partners here for the Noosa 7's. Tourism Noosa. Visit noosa.com.au. IGA Marketplace. Doing great things around the community. And indeed, if you are going to shop independent. Kennard's Hire and Matai Sports. Great having everyone on board. And this weather, it's kicked off for the final. And it's going to make it very hard for Brisbane Fiji to come back.
Even the referees are asking when it's going to stop. And while we got the break in play talking about our commercial partners, on behalf of the organising committee, can I extend a massive thank you to all the crew from Bar TV. Wonderful service and coverage of the event over the last couple of days, streaming it out around the world via our live feed. Absolutely great to have you guys on board this year and looking forward to many years to come. So
Yeah,
thank you very much for your efforts.
Definitely great to be a part of it. We've enjoyed every minute of it.
And that man up on the scissor lift, come and see me afterwards and I will buy him a beer.
You're going to need a whiskey to warm himself up as the big hand comes free. We've seen Brisbane Fiji come from behind plenty of times here. And will they do it again as Tassi goes up the field. Long ball out wide. A little bit of space. And
Oh, it's come free.
yeah, it's been knocked free.
I think they'll play the knock on before the line out.
Yeah, it was a knock on. It'll be a scrum. And you can see the flag blowing in the wind over there as the sideline official puts it up.
I can see many things blowing in the wind over there. There's a lot of sodden spectators still over on that far side of the field.
All we need is Bob Dylan to sing Blowing in the
Blowing
Wind.
in the wind.
It'll make a weekend of it.
And spare a thought for the reserve players who have to sit out on the benches. No cover, unfortunately, because of the layout of the ground. So they come off the field and they just get to sit on a bench, and they just have to sit there and suffer this weather. At least we get a little bit of protection.
Yes, in Max's bar over here. It's been an unreal day, and you can see the rain through the lights just sweeping across the field.
Yeah, look, a day to remember, not only for the weather, but the excellent standard of rugby in these conditions.
Unbelievable. These teams can certainly take their hat off. What a weekend it's been. Digging for it. Brisbane Fiji getting the quick tap away. They're all offside. Nafoa looking for the try line. Can't find it.
Oh, and there's a card.
Yeah, card. So now the advantage. There's 2 minutes off with the man up. And they go wide.
Well, they're going to need to put the first one on the board fairly quickly because we don't have a lot of time left.
Well, here they go. Picked up and driven, dropped. Space out wide, stepping, looking for the extra man. They'll find it. Oh! He's caught them all weekend. And unfortunately, Martatini, the finisher, he punches the ball down, knowing that that was the opportunity. As we look at the replay here, popped over the top, had every right to catch that in all conditions. So Dongy will get the feed now. And the Tribe Sevens, I'm guessing, they will kick this ball downfield.
They won't want it anywhere near that end of the field in these conditions. And as the wind picks up even stronger now, although having said that, the wind is starting to blow into their face. So it would want to be a mighty good hoof to get that ball away.
Pressure now. Geladev, all his experience, skips away, gets away from another. Look at him go. Look at him. You know he's very fast. The former Australian Sevens player kicks it inside for Dongy.
There's that man
Is
again.
this the opportunity for Dongy? Oh, he goes without it again. He shakes his head. Tough ball to pick up on the fly. Had players coming in cover, but they are out of trouble now, the Tribe side, and it's all up to Brisbane Fiji to get up to the other side of the field.
And again, I thought he would have put that one on the toe and tried to get it a little bit closer to the try line before trying to pick it up.
Well, he almost overran it, the ball pulling up with the wet weather. I think he thought it might have bounced a bit. He looked like he was shaping the kick, but unfortunately just couldn't get there. So now Brisbane Fiji, what can they do? 10 minutes down, 4 minutes remaining in the cup final. Stepping away, almost getting away there.
And just to give you an idea,
here they come now, down the touchline, very fast coming across is Dongy, but he's going to get away, and that will be the start of what could be a comeback. Martatini, he's the finisher for Brisbane Fiji. Maybe a little hurt there, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a late hit. I think he made a legitimate attempt at trying to tackle or stop the ball from being grounded.
Looks more like a cramp from my vantage point.
It'd certainly be fatigue.
Well, heavy legs out there.
And this is going to make it really interesting with a kick to come.
10-5, kick to come in front. Nafoa, you'd expect him to get this one. Oh, yes, he does. So 10-7 the scoreline.
Well,
it's game on.
You'd have to think that the next scorer is going to win.
Yeah, definitely, given the conditions. Two minutes remaining. What a day, culminating in a massive game, an epic game. The 7th year of the Noosa Sevens. It's thrown up everything.
And to give you an idea, in the last 3 minutes, the wind has changed direction 3 times, and we now see it blowing from right to left on screen.
So they try and go deep. Nicely taken by Connor. Plucks it out of the air. Good hands. Kicked downfield. Probably not the best option, but looking to pin them down. But the Fijians, we know that they love to play off their own line. Oh, the dummy throw. Nofua. Nofua, the sweeper. The link man just clutching the ball there. is Vatu. Vatu goes to ground offside there. I believe the Tribe players to be all in front there, but in any case, play on. They'll have to watch themselves as scrambling on the ground. Look at that.
Well, the ball went
down
around
the
a couple
short
of times.
side. Yeah, losing the ball. It'll be a knock on now. So, with less than a minute to go, can the Tribe side hold them out? Nafua, he's clutching at his hamstring. They need one last effort. They need a big scrum.
That was a case of third time lucky there for Tribe as Brisbane Fiji dropped the ball twice, needed to be knocked back, and it was the third one. It was a knock on. So you'd have to think this will be the last scrum of the game.
Oh, definitely. It's probably the last play as the clock ticks down.
Oh, and it's gone against the feed.
Karma against the feed. Karma, he's streaking away. Will he get there? He
Yes,
steps
he
away.
will.
Yes, he will. On the hooter. That is a try, and that is a win.
And I think that will be game, set, and matches. The hooter sounds in the background.
14 minutes down. Another 5-pointer.
As we just wait, the referee will wait for the conversion to be taken before he blows time. On an absolutely brilliant effort.
Brisbane Fiji scoring the try. Oh, so no, mind you,
Tribe.
sorry. It was Tribe scoring the try. I'm lost.
And there it is. It's all official.
Brisbane Fiji needing the try. I meant 15-7. The Tribe, in the end, they score the try to win the game.
And with that successful conversion, a 10-point winning margin as they took it out to 17-7. Great effort by Tribe. They've really put a lot of resources into this carnival this weekend. A number of teams competing. They're going home very, very happy victors across a number of age groups. The under-18 girls took it out. The boys took out the men took out the bowl final. The women taking out the Vince Beakey Cup. And of course, we've just seen their men's side taking out the Stan Bissett Cup for the 2017 IGA Marketplace Noosa 7's.
What a tournament. Thanks for having us here on behalf of everyone from Bar TV Sports, the production crew, the camera crew. I'm Gareth Wozick, and we will catch you next year. Don't forget, we've got a big 7 series coming up for Core Crew, and we're going to Central Coast in a couple of weeks, and we'll catch you there. Thanks very much to everybody at Noosa. Bar TV Sports signing off for the weekend.